welcome back to the Everwind Chronicles. I'm Doug, your dungeon master, and we are a group of friends and storytellers telling you a story through Dungeons and Dragons. So, where we last left off, the party had succeeded, more or less, on their mission. They had been sent on a mission to kill Aurelia, the court wizard of Lirindil. They went through his keep and overcome a variety of trials to then have a very intense negotiation with him, where they actually ended up taking a deal to where he would leave Lirindil forever and go off on his own pursuits, and the party gained an enormous amount of wealth and extremely rare magic items and a variety of other benefits, including lifted curses and all sorts of things. And then they did so. In the process, also as part of that deal, ended up with all of the completed or most of them not fully completed monarchs, the remnants of the program, the monarch program. Most of whom are very traumatized or perhaps not even fully sane, and only a few of them full monarchs. They then managed to escape the city successfully after having an encounter with Farian, the Prince of Spring, who showed up and announced that he was the one who had been giving people darkfire throughout the world. Basically, out of he basically made it out of the Feywild and wanted entertainment, for lack of a better word. He is, in his grand words, trying to tell the greatest story ever told, and basically causing chaos and manipulating things to that end. He then promises the party that they will have a chance at a shot at him, but not yet, that they're not ready yet, and that they need to wait until an adequate time for an adequate climax. So the party escapes the city and goes and meets up with Talon and the remnants of the 40 or so people that they helped escape from when the rebel encampment was under attack. Where they also met up with Alanya, who told them a variety of things. She fulfilled her promise to Asura, giving her a small mirror and telling her that when she's ready, she can look into it and learn the truth about herself, but in the process, losing the shadow that has protected her whole life, but that is already fading. She also was able to successfully redeem a number of the monarchs, including Valan, who suddenly awoke and is processing things, to say the least. Not the same Valan they left, but no longer the monarch, no longer captive to that sort of tortured state of mind. She then explains a few different things. One of them being that after the creation of the world, there were the ancestrals, and the ancestrals, seven of them rebelled against the twins and the one without shadows, and in that rebellion, two ancestral, and in the process of banishing those seven, the two of them died, two of them fell in battle, and one of them, their heart remained and hardened and became what's called the heart shard, which Alanya carries a piece of and was what she used to redeem certain creatures under certain very select circumstances. But she also explained that the other one who died, one of the, what she called the 7 Fire Lords, fell, and his heart festered and grew and became a corruption on the universe we call the Abyss. She also explains the story of where the Emerald Dragon went some 1,000 years ago. Apparently going to try and rescue a group of celestial children of a race called Elithians, which are like higher versions of what elves and fae and all those descend from, and from a realm known as Amaranthia, which is like Celestia for that race. But anyway, they after a demon prince tricks them and lures them into the abyss, a number of celestial creatures follow them in, trying to rescue them, but get separated off as the demon prince had prepared an entire army and raided the material plane using that trick and that opening. So the Emerald Dragon eventually decides to go into the abyss to try and rescue them, knowing that the lack of these children, who are extremely precious, could possibly unbalance the universe and cause pretty dire consequences in the long run. And a number of other creatures had tried to go in and do so and not returned. And so she explains that, and also says that one of the riddles that was given by Farian, or Farian's messenger, related to that, and basically said that he might be forcing their hand to try and go do something about this situation. And so the party does, but then Zenoa and Sarek have both kind of independently arrive at a realization that they have some unfinished business that they need to go return home and deal with. And so they bid tearful farewells to their family and depart. So, with the sun coming up over the horizon in the early morning here, as Zenoa and Sarek have left, here's where we're going to pick things up. So, Stoic. While all of that was happening, unbeknownst to you, you were helping Talon with some, helping, well, not Talon, but some of the others who were, some of the sick and injured and everything like that, inside. And at one point, you do come outside and maybe for breakfast or maybe for whatever but the case, but you see the group, and you can tell something's off.
What's everyone standing around for?
Just finishing up my my morning workout.
You typically cry during your morning workouts?
When they're challenging enough, yes. My lungs burn a little at the end. Also, Zenoa and Sarek have departed.
What do you mean, departed?
They are going home.
Just suddenly decided to leave?
I don't think it was sudden for them.
Would have been nice if they could have said goodbye.
They said goodbye. In their way. Zenoa left some things behind for us. So that Sarek They're traveling together for a while before they depart. It's not goodbye forever, I don't think.
Well, that really hurts.
I can't speak for Zenoa, but I think you would have been the hardest one for her to say goodbye to.
I mean, at least they went together.
They'll keep each other safe.
God, I don't even know what to say. That's
Here, have a breakfast taco.
Do you have any more cookies?
I have a bunch of granola bars made that we can have. Yes? Do you want that instead?
Yes.
This is walkable. You can walk, eat and walk is. Here you go. And here's some hot sauce if you need that.
Oh, thank you.
She gives you.
Granola bar.
I have so missed spiciness. You all just can't enjoy the spiciness.
Where
Take
are
the
you?
bar. I'm probably in the whatever the bubble thing we're in.
Okay.
Not yet.
Yeah.
I mean, we finally got back a member of our family, and now we've lost 2 more. At least we didn't lose them. So maybe it's better this way.
It's not better, but it's what they wanted, and I wouldn't have been able to stop them even if I tried. They would have kicked the shit out of me. The only way I can ever win in a fight against any one of you is if I poison you first.
Well, I mean, I'm heartbroken, but at the same time, like, we've had so many close calls that at least I know that they'll probably be safer.
Safer is a strong word. What Zenoa's going to do is... I know that journey well.
Wait, is she going to go take out her father?
She's going home. Her feet won't stop until she gets there. I know that blind dedication to the cause. She said she would try to stay in touch as best she could.
What do we do now?
Head back to Corandia.
Yeah.
I know we have a lot of things left untied, but
Who all's going with us? I know Enthras is.
would you care to come with us?
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, we're going to have to herd our cats.
Yeah. I just didn't know if any of what's left of the rebellion wanted to get out while they can.
We can offer it. It'll be a hard road to get back.
Yeah.
I know a boat would put us at less of a problem when it comes to walking through everything we walked through to get here in the first place, but I don't know if taking a boat is going to be the smarter option.
Yeah, but the way we got in was through barrels, and that's a lot of barrels. If we want to go back out the same way we came in.
You got in through barrels?
It is a long story. We had to pay good
How
money to
big
get
were
ourselves
these barrels?
big enough for each of us to be in one.
Uncomfortably, yeah.
Yes.
It was intimate, let me tell you what.
You were all in one together?
No, we were each in
Oh.
our own.
Oh, okay. I was like,
No,
that
that's
is
not that
intimate.
kind of intimate. I mean, like intimate with yourself.
Oh, okay.
It's kind of honestly worse. I would have rather been intimate with somebody else. To be intimate with yourself is just too much. Either way, we're dealing with bullshit either direction we go.
So it's either we try to find a boat, or we try to make it through that town, the Gate City. I can't remember what it's called.
Right now,
Things are pretty.
things are going to start getting
destabilized.
pretty destabilized pretty quickly. However, we know how incredibly organized everything is currently, so I don't think it's going to be an immediate upheaval.
Which is closer from where we're at right now?
We're dead center.
Like, if we wanted to go to the port that we came in on our return trip, where we, because that, when we, with the dead farrier guy, like, that port didn't seem nearly as stringent as the main city gate.
Yeah, for last port, oh, geez, let's see. You are looking at roughly on horseback about a week of travel to Fort Relica, where you originally came in.
Okay.
Or probably week and a half to last port.
It's gonna be a long journey. Any way we cut it.
Yeah. I mean, if we go to Northgate, or is that what it's called? Northgate?
There's Stonegate
Stone.
to Northfire.
Yeah, sorry. So if we go to Stonegate, I mean, it's gonna be rough, like, but
We don't want to go up to Northfire though.
Probably almost 2 weeks to Northfire.
Northfire's
not Northfire. But we didn't come. What gate did we come in?
Fort Relica.
Yeah.
Sorry,
Yeah.
Fort Relica. So
I think I still have the map here. I can
I mean,
pull it up here.
getting a ship is gonna be a little.
Yeah,
difficult.
because we were so like if this is Lirindil, the coast is over here.
Yeah.
Getting to the Helterlands and Fort Relica is like over here. We're kind of like in the middle of these
Yeah.
two directions right now.
I'm looking.
Got a map.
Yeah.
So you
yeah.
are roughly like right here at the moment.
Yeah, because the port was over here,
Okay.
and then we came in like down through here, because this is where the Helterlands is. So we came in through here and then came up, and then we came back in through here.
Yeah, this is Fort Relica, so you're looking at about a week, give or take, of travel, depending on weather. You're looking at like just shy of 2 weeks to go straight up to Northfire this way. You are looking at 10, 12 days to get to Lastport, which is on this, like there's like a little peninsula right there, which is there. You could try to go straight over to the coast. Right about here is where the aviary was.
Okay.
You don't know much about the coast on this side. There are major cities here and here. Maple Bay is mountainous, and the Red Forest and the Ghosts of Autumn are not always. You have no idea, like what there's a lot of legend about that forest, and you don't know how much of it's real or not.
Yeah.
But we do know this area
You know.
because this is kind of slightly safe harbor because of the Shade Daggers.
Yeah,
Right?
and you especially would know trying to cross the World Thorns would take a while
Yeah.
because it's very slow going through those mountains and it's dangerous. But you could make for the World Thorns. But basically, they all recommend it is this area. Don't do.
Well,
This is where the war, like,
Yeah.
basically more or less here is like war zone. Like
Yeah,
all across
because
that side of the
Alraka
border.
and Lirindil are still at war.
well, then let's go back the way we came in, and
The boat?
minus
Through Fort
Through the
Relica.
fort?
yeah,
Okay.
just minus the barrels.
But we're going to have to deal with him again.
I mean, we have enough money now.
Yeah, but I also unfulfilled the promise with him.
Refresh me what that promise was.
When we were at the party together, I said I would give him a piece of important information.
You did. You told him to leave before we started.
That is true. I did tell him important information. Maybe we are copacetic. I did tell him to get the fuck out before things went bad for him.
Yeah, I mean, I think it'd be a very interesting conversation, knowing all the things we do now. I say let's go.
The hardest part is going to be able to get enough caravans for all these people and protecting them.
So at this point, as you're talking, you see Tawan walking towards you, and she's got like a little hand towel that she's wiping the soil off from the gardening work, and she takes you in. And how are y'all doing?
Heart hurts, but head hurts also. So.
Well,
But
that's
then-
good. It means it meant something.
Yeah. How are you and yours?
A lot of work to do.
Yes.
But a lot of work isn't bad.
We are trying to decide right now how to get out of Lirindil. I'm not sure how much left we can offer around here. Plus we have a gaggle of individuals we need to take care of and put someplace.
And pressing issues rising in our own country.
Well, and the world. There is still a lot left undone.
I see. Well, that's what I wanted to talk to you about. Adris told a very small number of us who you guys were.
Who's Adris?
He was the leader of the rebels.
It's hard for Alanya to bring somebody into that situation under such unusual circumstances without some of us having questions, and a few of us have earned that place. So, I am aware of at least a foundational knowledge of what you guys are doing. And to be frank, what you're doing is a lot more important than this. I'm sure Resham will return shortly. He was out hunting. There is me, and more rebels are getting better each day. I think you should let us handle it.
The ones left behind?
Yes.
Are you sure?
I've never been one to shy from hard work. But Resham and I are competent.
That is true.
Does that include the 21 that we brought with us? Or do we still need to...
I believe that is what she's
You're
insinuating.
saying those as well? Okay.
Yep.
You can't do your work dragging along a hospital.
Yeah.
That's very true.
I mean, we can take... And Sister Kiri is with us as well, and quite frankly, I think she needs some guidance.
Where is she? Because that's the first time Valen's heard her name.
She is currently hiding in her room in the main farmhouse.
I grab a hold of your arm. She knows you're here. And I told her to come out if she was ready.
Okay.
My dear, don't be offended. She is having a very, very hard time. A bit of a crisis of identity right now. More than a bit. As I imagine you can relate to.
Yeah, not offended, just, it would have been nice to see her. Yeah.
Maybe she'll come out before we go. Because I don't mean to be disrespectful for us, but I do want to see Resham before I leave.
If he returns in time.
I don't know. We don't know when he's going to get back. I mean, I'm I'm fine staying a day to prep, but
We don't have a lot of time, I know.
I mean, honestly, we could leave now, but
I just wanted to be selfish for a second.
I understand. Trust me. Do you have any horses that we could borrow? Well, I don't want to say borrow, but we could have because
They're not coming back to
They're
you.
not coming back. Plus our track record.
yeah.
I think Empress would at this point say, well, perhaps you might, with the change of traveling companions, you might consider your alternative method of travel.
We do have a short portal. We can
Piggyback.
and then head over there to talk to him for a minute, and then he can just plop us really anywhere.
Plus we got the Mortar Festival
Mhm.
and first rain or whatever it's called.
Yeah, refresh my memory. Was Valan with us when we first went there?
Yeah.
Okay. So everybody.
The first time you went to the
member.
Pocket Dimension, you were with us.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Everyone, we're all members, except for Anthras.
Well, that's actually a question I had for Anthras. Did you ever want to officially be brought in? Now that your particular vengeance has been fulfilled.
I've been asking myself that same question. And to be honest, the trouble in Karandia is... I don't know. It seems like a worthy purpose to give one's life to. But I also already have a responsibility to my people. So I don't know. I haven't decided yet. But they did invite me, so I suppose they
It
wouldn't
remains
mind
in
me going.
If it's not today, it can be.
It's going to be your fastest way back.
Then that's what I would like to do.
Do we also want to take our little girlfriend with us? The one,
The white hair?
the little spider girl.
Oh, what did you name her?
Oh,
Silky.
It was something
Silky.
cute.
Silky.
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 Well, though, before we start taking somebody we don't know to that place, because Lord knows we take her, then it turns out she's a, Trojan horse, and she goes, do we want to at least give him a heads up that we could potentially be taking a very unique and unknown individual that has visions of darkfire?
Yes. And
I just don't want her exploding when we get there.
No, it's fair. It's fair. So I'll pull out my journal and I'll ask him. We are tying up loose ends here and are ready to make our journey to you very soon. There's one person of interest that we would like to take with us. We're not quite sure what she is, but she is somehow tied to the darkfire. At least that's our theory. And we think that she's may be of great importance. But I can't give you much more information than that because we don't know.
Tied how?
She has dreams of darkfire
Visions of the future.
and visions of the future.
I see.
She was also tied to that spider woman that we fought. She was the companion of that spider woman.
She
we
was
fought.
looking for her.
She was looking for
When
her.
we found her in the cell, she was asking about,
The spider woman.
Yeah.
sort of her name.
Artisa.
Participate.
There you go.
Yeah, she's also. I don't know how to explain it. She was looking for the spider woman. I guess that's what I'll tell him. Like,
Yeah, just explain
Yeah.
that we found her name with the Monarch program, She was,
Yeah,
she was looking for the woman.
And she seems to weave spells in spider form, but never
Yeah.
finish them.
Yeah.
And like webs.
That I'll say. She seems to cast magic by weaving webs. And honestly, she has no family and no place. And so if we bring her there and she doesn't need to leave.
She seems like your type of lost soul.
Yeah.
I see.
But we don't know if she's a liability.
Very well. Bring her. But if you do make contact with a dresser, please refrain from telling her. I'm certain she would have my head for taking such risks.
You can speak to her dresser.
No, but
Okay.
we're getting in the middle between mom and dad. This is great. All right, well.
Dad just told us don't tell mom.
Basically. Well, thank you, and we're gonna say our goodbyes here, and you should see us soon.
What's the eye's name again? Orthocris. Just tell Orthocris not to be too scary when we get there.
Oh. Forgot about
Because
that.
he's a beholder.
I'm not saying that. I want it to be a surprise.
I turn to you though, and I do whisper in your ear.
No, don't.
I do whisper in your ear because I don't want you freaking out. I go, there might be a beholder when we get there. His
Okay.
name's Orthocris. Super chill.
Okay. Do I know him? Have I?
You know what a beholder is. Oh yeah, you would have met him.
I would have met him,
you've
right?
been there. You've
Oh
been
yeah,
there.
we're good friends.
See?
All right.
Well,
Then we need to say our goodbyes and, tie up any loose ends.
then let's start to collect and get things ready to go. In the bag of holding, there is some money. That is. Do you need money?
Well, I suppose it never hurts, but we're probably going to be trying to avoid any settlement as much as we can.
Take a little, at least for emergencies. If nothing, to bribe your way out of situations if you need to.
Well, if the country is about to fall apart, I suppose bribes will become more popular.
That's usually one of the first things that become needed, especially people trying to get out.
That makes sense.
What do you think? Like 3,000?
More than that. We have an obscene amount of money.
Shush. 3,000 is obscene amount of money.
It really
It
is.
really is.
A huge amount.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You are rich.
Yeah, like 3,000 is a lot, and they have to carry it. So,
Okay, well then give them 3.
okay.
So I was like, a couple hundred gold, that'll be enough. Okay.
Give them an obscene amount of money. It's my way of easing my own emotional burden.
Yeah, 3,000 will be fine. So, Bear, please take this on her behalf. She can't see it though.
Yeah, I just like I look away.
All right. That is a lot.
It is, but so are all these people that you're taking care of for us. And I hope that this helps.
Well, I'll make sure they're set up long term.
Enthras, did you want to say anything to Kiri before we go?
I'll try.
Okay, we'll give you guys time.
All right. And she walks off to the farmhouse. And so you guys start preparing
Yeah, spend the rest of the time battening down the hatches doing
I'm gonna ask the man that you're waiting for to come back. Which way did he come from?
Well, Gresham?
Yeah, I'm just looking for the direction out of the encampment that he came, and then Abuelita during her time is gonna start doing hallucinatory terrain around the other side of the forest, around the camp, so that it's not easy to view them, just to give them a buffer wall, sort of half circle around them.
Well, he headed out west. I don't know if that's where he stayed. He is flying. So.
Okay. Oh, he's flying. Great. Well, then I'll do it around the whole encampment.
Is it permanent?
No, it's I think 12. It might be 8 hours. But I just want them to be extra safe.
It's a big spell.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It is 150 feet. Yeah, 150 foot cube. So I'm just gonna try and enclose them in so that they're as safe as possible.
Great. Stoic, as you are picking up your stuff, as you go to roll up your bedroll, you feel something, and you reach inside, and there's a letter inside.
I'm glad she did that.
Oh boy.
If you'd like, you can read it out loud for everyone to...
Let me glance at it first. Oh boy.
And Talon asks you, what of the big one?
Big one, what? The giant?
Bunder.
Oh, should we take him with us too?
Will he be too much for you guys to take care of?
I don't believe so.
Just slow their travel, maybe. Because are we leaving the carpet with them?
No, we were
So if you're trying to...
He seems to be able to move.
Okay.
He is oddly mobile.
Okay.
Or do we want to give him a place of respite?
I mean, if they're willing to take him in, the Eladrin are willing to take him in.
All he wanted was food.
Yeah, I know.
I think about it and I'm like, it could have easily been me or anybody else I knew growing up. Hungry enough, you would say yes to nearly anything if it meant food on your belly.
Yeah, they just, he was just manipulated.
Well, I'm assuming I'm by myself in the tent, right?
Yeah, I mean, I think the hut's gone by now, but...
Yeah, the hut's been
the hut.
dissipated as we've been
You're just collecting
putting
your
it
stuff
back.
on the ground, yeah. Yep.
Nope, we have a magical tiny hut now.
We have a bubble.
We have a bubble, yes.
Yeah, we
Okay,
had the Harry
I-
Potter tent, which is sad.
I know, I kind of missed that
Yeah.
tent. That tent was awesome.
It was
I'm-
fantastic.
If no one's around me, then I'm gonna read it for the audience sake, but I'm not
Yeah, sure.
gonna
Okay.
read it to you
Okay,
guys.
so we don't know.
Okay. Wait, you guys know? You guys read it before me?
No,
No,
Okay.
she said we don't know.
Oh, okay. Stoic, you taught me how to make tough decisions, so here I am making one. I just wasn't sure that I could face you, or that I could face you with it. I'm sorry. You were right when you said I wasn't ready. I understand the magnitude of it all now, the importance of what the Folly has to do. So I can't run anymore. And I am so tired of being afraid. You taught me how to grow up, and I think I have. What I said to Enwix, I did mean it. I never thought my brother could also be my closest friend, and I certainly never thought that I would have a family like the one I found in you all. I promise I'll be okay, and we'll see each other again someday. Thanks for making space for me at the table. Love, Sinobo.
Aww.
That breaks my heart.
He just slowly folds it. It's in an imaginary world. It's not rolled. It's small enough he can put it in his pocket.
Yep, sure.
And he just keeps it on him.
Okay.
And finishes packing up his bedroll and everything else.
Valan has nothing to pack. Get everything on him.
I kind of go through our stuff and I try to find you like some fresh clothes. I use the orb, that cleany orb, to clean off anything, to at least give you like a fresh set of clothing, because we don't have anything of like your personal stuff.
Yeah, we have a cleaning orb for travel.
Oh, nice.
You touch it, and all the dirt falls off of you.
Oh, I love that.
Problem is that I have to be really careful. I can't touch it if I'm in disguise, because I use like physical like
Makeup. Oh, okay.
and it'll just go whoop, right off of me.
Amazing.
It's a good makeup remover.
Yeah.
It's
That's true.
mean,
At the end of the night.
yeah, Noxima has nothing.
6 seconds and you're done.
Yeah, I don't have to cold cream anything.
No.
It's off.
It's perfect for sensitive skin.
And
That's stoic. Like, the desert was not kind to him. That's why he got the orb.
where I was literally taking sand baths in the morning and just like abrasion, like using abrasion to like keep my skin.
Exfoliate.
Yeah,
Yeah.
natural exfoliants,
Yeah.
baby. Yeah.
No, we'll just wait. I know I'm ready, and we'll wait until Entrus is done with her goodbyes.
Okay. So you guys, pack up your stuff and are kind of waiting. And as you're waiting, behind the barn, you do hear this. Assuming you go back there, you do see Resham with 4 deer like lined up on the back of Ether's back, as he's back to you, like untying him and getting him off.
I bow to Ether. And I have the ring, the draconic ring on, or the language ring on, so that I can talk to him and like, good morning.
You made it.
I did.
It is good. And he just kind of looks away. And with that, Resham turns and you made it.
We made it back, yes.
And he hugs you.
Sort of hugs him too. And it's like that, like, it's awkward, but also like, it's a deep hug at the same time, but she's not sure where she should put her hands, because she kind of wants to put them lower, but she wants to be respectful, so don't go weird.
Just starting to date, kind of like.
Yeah, well, it's like, we're not sure what we are. We've kissed and we like each other, and we're about to not see each other for a while, so she's just very awkward.
As you pull apart, he says, "What happened? Is everyone all right? Did everyone make it back?"
It's a very complicated story. We have new friends, as you know. We all made it back, mostly unscathed.
New friends? He's been gone since you got here.
We took out the remaining members of the Monarch program that the wizard had in captivity, and they're very fucked up in the head. But
Wow.
they are here, and they are going to need help,
So you succeeded.
in a sense.
What do you mean?
The wizard is not dead. He's gone, but he is not dead. He fled. He won't be back here, to this country, to this continent. And I still have a vendetta on him.
You say that like somebody who didn't escape.
What do you mean?
Like if he just fled and escaped, you wouldn't know if he was leaving the country or coming back.
Decisions were made, and I am not happy with them. But they were made, and I live with them now.
Will you tell me?
If I tell you, will you think ill of me?
I think that'd be hard.
You're one of the few people in my life that has ever seen me. And hasn't seen the mask. And I'm so afraid that you're not going to like all the bits of me that you see.
Well, yeah, I can understand that.
We made a deal with him that he would leave the country and the continent, and he would abandon the Monarch program. Because we weren't sure if we could win against him. In exchange, he provided a lot of resources of information regarding the darkfire, which is going to help us on our continued journey to do what we need to do as a group, but I am so angry with that decision. My part of that deal was that he had a 6-month head start on me. And after that, I could fuck him up if I ever find him again. He is out of Lirindil, but not out of this world.
All right. Do you think it was the right decision? All things considered?
No, I would have fought. But I know some of us might have died. And that makes me feel disgusting.
But you guys have never seemed to be the type who fears facing death.
I think we were more afraid of the consequences of being leaders. Because there is more that we can have access to, and more we could potentially help people than just getting rid of him.
Like a lesser of two evils.
In a sense.
I see. Idris used to talk about decisions like that. I'll be honest with you, it's one of my weaknesses too. I just don't. I mean, it's not that I haven't had to make hard decisions, but I don't think I have it in me to do that. Idris always did, and I think that's part of why I followed him, because I knew he had it in him to do the stuff I couldn't do. I don't think he would fault you on that.
I don't know who made me a leader of anything. I've always followed other people. Blindly sometimes. It's big and it's scary to make decisions like this. And I don't like how they feel.
I mean, I think that's a good thing.
Is it?
Look, there are lots of people, you know, whether they're, you know, kings or dukes or just rich, you know, people with all sorts of different kinds of power who don't struggle with that at all. And they're terrible leaders. I think struggling with it means you have the right heart.
We shall see, I think. I think I'm just starting to realize now the consequences of all my actions. I think
Yeah.
I've been a little bit blind to them, of my own making.
I also understand that. And I don't know, I guess I understand that sort of responsibility. It's why I joined the rebellion, because I would have, look, Ether and I could have disappeared into the wilderness, like, and been fine. I'd rather just go off alone, honestly. It's a lot more comfortable than being around, like, people. But I mean, I don't know, my father gave his life fighting when the Unified Decree came, and I don't think doing the right thing, I don't know how to say this, like being, I don't think goodness is a skill. It's just a choice, and like, you know, doing the right thing and the skill to do it is not, don't always line up.
I'm learning that too.
Well, what now?
I'm going to be heading out. There's still much left on my journey. And I imagine you have a different journey ahead of you.
There's a lot of mouths to feed here.
Yeah. I don't want to leave you behind.
Yeah.
I have a weird question to ask, and please be honest with me. Do I have hope with us? Or should this be my final goodbye to you?
Well, I mean, I guess you're not the only one that has things you're afraid for people to see. I'm good at certain things. I'm really good at certain things, but I'm not so good with a lot of other things. And I don't know I don't know if my conscience will ever allow me to do nothing. I don't know what that looks like, but if you're okay with that, as long as I know where to find you, I will.
Okay. I don't mind a bit of long distance. The occasional check-in. So we can reconvene.
Where can I find you?
Communications will be a bit difficult. We don't currently have our speedy communications, but I have a house in Corandia.
Mm-hmm.
If you send a message there, it can find me. It will not be a quick communication unless you have a better way. It would be an imperfect communication for a time, but I think once I finish what I am trying to do, I can assess and figure out what is next for myself, but we can also talk about things together. If you find a better communication, though, let me know. I will do the same. A speedier communication.
Yeah. But if not, I'll wait.
I'll wait too. I don't know what to do with myself now. I don't want to say goodbye, but I know there is much left. I also don't know if I'll make it out in the end. And I think that scares me more than anything. I was never afraid of losing things. I had nothing. And the longer things have gone, the more I have. And the more I have to lose. And that is scary too.
Yeah. But all the more reason to fight.
And keep the piece of myself I am leaving behind safe.
I will. Okay. And he kisses you.
Sarah's like, yep, this is fine by her.
Valan, as you're waiting, Enthris comes back, and she just kind of like gestures to you.
Yeah.
You know, you start walking, and and she says, "It's good to have you back."
Thank you. Good to be back, I think. Yeah.
It takes time. That's what she gave us, the chance to find ourselves again. But it takes time.
How long did it take you?
I'll let you know. We are unique. There's no map for us.
Yeah. I wish there were a shortcut. An easy way around. But, those don't exist.
Well, I have thought thing many times during training. But like you said, there are no shortcuts. So you're just going to have to work.
Yeah. A lot of stuff to work on. I'm really nervous. Like, and you can, like, Valen's very, like, in control of his body, but he's just, like, a little antsy. Like, he's just kind of jittery because he's excited. How's Kiri been? You guys been traveling together?
Mm-hmm. Since Aurelia.
How's she doing?
She was doing better. She was, well, baby steps into some confidence and growing in her own competency. But she's had a few rough. You know, she's on this journey of trying to become strong and has no self-confidence whatsoever, which I just don't understand.
I know.
And her experiences have not exactly helped these things, but I think she'll be all right. Maybe I'm just optimistic, but her goddess does seem to like her, so I don't think she'll let her off that easily.
I think for the first time it triggers in his mind. Like he starts kind of patting himself down. The coin's not there anymore, is it? Mm-hmm. Yeah.
No, you got nothing.
Yeah. I had the coin the last time I saw her, though, right? That's been a long time. I think
Yeah,
I
you
did.
had it.
I was gonna think so.
Yeah, because you found it in the hideout with Vander.
Yep.
And then later you left.
Yep. Okay. I don't have anything from Ixie anymore. Just one more thing that was stolen from me.
Well, that sounds like a clean slate to me. And if Ixie is interesting to you and you're interested in her, I don't think they took the goddess away.
That'd be scary if they were able to do that.
Well, I can attest there are a lot of coins in the world. It's more about what's meant by it, not the thing itself.
Thank you.
Well, then you're going to have to have a bit of patience here. And it's been so long, you forget what it's like to talk to Enthrus, especially this close, as she's side by side with you, and just that kind of charming presence that sort of captivates you and makes you forget certain things, like where you're going.
Mm-hmm.
And you find yourself in the hallway of the farmhouse, as she turns and kind of gives you a little bit of a knowing smile, and knocks on the door and walks off.
It's been a while since I've had a good interest set up. I appreciate that.
It's really, she's just like, let's walk it. Oh, sorry.
Oh, you want?
She's like, let's walk and talk.
Just throw the grenade and all right, I'm out, guys. See ya.
You hear a voice inside after a moment, like, I said I didn't want to come out.
That's okay. Can I come in?
know that I can face you.
Well, then just talk to me.
Are you okay?
Not really. It's all a bit like a bad dream. And finding it hard to really quiet my mind, which is kind of scary. 'Cause it's something I've been good at. But you know, my family saved me, and Alanya gave me a chance, and I think I will be one day. Are you okay?
Yeah, you'll be fine. You're strong enough.
Doesn't really feel like it right now. But I just want to hear what you've been up to for however many months we've been. I don't know in game how long we've been apart, but since we left Corandia months ago.
3 months before you left Grandia, actually. You parted ways. And then... Yeah, it's probably been good.
I was thinking like almost a year.
9 months,
Yeah.
10 months, something like that.
So
Yeah.
I think it was pushing pretty close to a year. I just want to hear about you.
What is there to say? I spent a lot of my life in hiding, and then when I came out, I really remembered why.
You know, it's easy to kind of sequester yourself or seclude yourself away, isolate yourself, and think that you're doing it for some higher purpose. And it's hard to leave that. It's hard when you get sometimes maybe forcibly propelled out of your comfort zone, where you felt comfortable and safe, like nothing could really get to you. You receive a vision to go find an ancient dragon that's been missing for over 1,000 years. Or sometimes you have a banshee in your temple and you have a bunch of idiots and come and help clear that out. What matters is you took the step. You came out.
I don't think that's all that matters.
it probably matters the most. Because you can't do anything if you don't take that first step.
Well, then where's your next step? Where are you headed now?
That's a really good question. You're going to be the first to hear about this, and then I go into the recounting the story from that Alanya told. So just for time's sake. So I now have a direction, kind of. Which is, I don't know, I don't even think exciting's the right word for it. Scary. Intimidating. I feel like I am ill-prepared and just not capable enough to do it. But
why go?
probably a little bit of madness, if I'm being honest. But it's my responsibility. This was given to me, and I'm going to see it through. And I think it also lets me keep my mind off other things that I prefer not to think about right now.
I don't know what to say. The abyss, the mother of demons, the emerald dragon. What?
Sounds like a lot of nonsense. Like a really scary story told around a campfire. And you don't have to say anything. It's okay.
Well, I always knew you were the kind of person that they would tell tales about.
That makes one of us. That's true. What do you want to do next?
I don't know. Probably make sure these people get where they're going. Maybe I'll just go help Errata if He still needs help. I can at least run a shop.
I think you'd be doing the world a disservice if you just went and ran a shop. I think you're meant for more than that. I think Ixie knows that.
I think Ixie made a mistake.
I'm not sure the gods can do that. Yeah, I'm not really sure, but
She's the goddess of luck. You think she can't get unlucky?
I think she can probably make her own luck a little bit. Sometimes that's finding good people tucked away in a little monastery or in a temple, giving them a push. Look, you don't have to open the door, and you don't even have to say anything to this. But I've missed you. Like it was one of the hardest things to watch you leave that day, and knowing that I had to go do what I had to go do. There's a part of me that wants you to be safe, that would love for you to go and work in a shop in Karandia with Arada. But it's just not what you're meant for. And you may not believe that. Gods know I don't believe that for myself. I just go and do things and hope they turn out well. Luck. But I'd like to see you try. That's it. Yeah. If you decide to stay with these people, they will be very lucky to have you.
You don't even know who I am. Just go, Valan.
I think he's torn right now. Because there's this old version of him that would just leave as you wish and leave. But I think he's been changed. He kind of does that, like he's turns, but then he just stops and he's like, why am I don't want go away without fighting. And so he turns back around, and I'm guessing the door's probably locked. Yeah. Kiri, you are one of the kindest and most generous and warmest people I've ever met. And it kills me that you don't see that in yourself. And maybe I don't know all of you, just like you don't know all of me. But I would like to have that chance, if not today, then one day, to get to know those parts. But I will respect your wishes if that's what you want from me. But I think the world of you. And I don't want to leave. Really, right now, all I want to do is see your face.
Roll a persuasion check.
Oh, God.
Let's go. Let's
With my
go.
big old -6.
I was about to say, where'd you
Or
tell
negative
me?
6.
You're like, I don't need
Not
cards,
-6,
huh?
-2, but I got 6.
Plus this roll.
If you were here, yeah, that'd be nice. Advantage? No, it's okay.
He was reading his stats to me. Earlier. He's like, I don't
Natural
need
1.
cards, huh?
Woo!
The universe really said they can't
Yep.
be together.
The dice was spoken.
I hate that.
Yeah.
Such a pretty speech.
Well, the dice tell the story. Makes me sad.
I'm out the back making out.
Putting your mouth on the.
Stick my mouth on someone.
That's what she said last week. Yeah. That's how she described Russian to Valan.
Somebody put my mouth on.
Yep.
There's no response.
I'm assuming that when I walk this towards the house, I probably have seen some of that. There are white windows and everything like that, right?
Mm-hmm.
No, I'm gonna kick the door open.
Oh shit!
I'm just gonna do it.
Oh shit!
Okay.
Oh no.
This could go very bad.
It could go very poorly.
Make an attack roll.
Yep.
Doors are the.
I mean, they are
They're
kind of
kryptonite.
Yeah, they don't go well for us.
It's true.
Anyone in D&D. They don't go well for
I mean,
anyone
it's
in
true.
D&D.
But also, she basically was like silent.
Yeah. Okay. I guess this is an unarmed attack. Yeah, it's a 19. Because I can't miss with this stuff. Be nice to.
19.
Yep.
Okay. Roll for damage.
No, those are 10s there's my
You
8s.
here's Johnny your way into the room. I'm gonna laugh so hard.
Oof. 9.
Did you add the +1 for your wraps?
That was for, I think it's just for the attack.
Attack and damage.
Oh, it is for, okay, so yeah, then, 10. I think. That's probably right.
I think so, because I think the wraps were made a long time ago, and that's not technically calculated in. So
Okay. So yeah,
I don't know for sure, but
a 9 or a 10. I think we'll go with a 10. Because I don't think it adds it in either. Oh, I think it is putting it into my attack. Oh my gosh, it's been so
Well-
long since I played Valan.
all right, we'll just say 10.
Yeah. And damage roll. Yeah, okay.
10 is exactly what you needed.
Oh, I kind of wish it were a 9 because that would have been like just
Funny.
a perfect cap off to this just awful moment.
Dang it.
Ah!
Fail twice, you get psychic damage.
It doesn't take much for me these days.
So you haul back and kick.
Yep.
And there's a crack with splintered wood as the lock of the door
Yep.
like rips off the door of this, relatively kind of thinner, older farmhouse door.
Yep.
And inside, kind of sitting on the bed, you see a shocked Kiri dressed looking very different than what you saw before, where she had her white dress before, and now you see her in very practical travel garb, still mostly white, but different. And I think I might still have her updated picture. You don't- I think I may have gotten rid of it. Give me a second while this happens. I'll try to pull it up. But
Yeah. I think he surprised himself a little bit. 'Cause that is not a Valan move. So I think there's a little bit of like, what am I doing? And then it's like, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I don't know. I don't know why I did that. I'm gonna leave.
she's just kind of like jaw
Mhm.
draw,
Yeah.
like shocked at the edge of the bed. You're just gonna turn around and leave.
Yeah.
Just bust the door open and get fine.
Yep.
Okay.
A decision was made.
Uh-huh.
I'm sorry.
So it's still got some clericiness to it, but it's more. She's got pants and boots on and stuff like that, as opposed
Boots
to
and
just
pants
the
and
dress.
I'm so
Yeah.
sorry.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yep.
And she just sort of shocked, like watches you turn and
Yeah.
walk back, over the splinters of the door
Uh-huh.
and back down the hallway. And after a moment, you hear some footsteps, and you turn, and she's suddenly, like, in your arms.
Oh.
Let's go.
Oh, yeah. I mean, just wrap her up.
And she's just like, I'm sorry, I'm a mess. I'm broken. I don't know what I'm doing. Everything's wrong. Everything's bad. I'm useless. I tried so hard and I was doing better and now I'm not. She's just rambling.
Yep. And it's just like it's okay. and just kind of like bring her closer in, like bring her really close in, hold her tight. It's really good to see you.
I was really worried about you.
I think, yeah, after a couple of minutes, or, well, a couple of minutes seems like a long time for a hug, but and we haven't seen each other in 10 months either. When he does pull back, he just goes in for the kiss. It's not even, yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Both.
New Valan. Busting down doors, going for kisses.
I hope she swerves.
Hope she.
Wait.
She does let you for a second, and then she pulls away.
Mm-hmm.
And is
Like a one or like a one Mississippi?
Technicality.
she doesn't leave your arms, but she's just like,
Big difference.
I'm
Yeah.
just,
Uh-huh.
I'm sorry.
No, I'm sorry. That was yeah, I'm sorry.
I need to know who I am first.
It's important. It's important to know who you are.
Yeah, and she does look up at you and just kind of hold your gaze for a little bit, and it's like, I did miss you too. And she kind of reaches up and like traces her finger on some of the scars on your, bald head, and she says, "And now we match."
Aww.
There's the scar on her face.
Yep. Yeah. We do. And I kind of run my head, like my fingers across her scar.
You know, as you do that, her cheek's wet, from tears, and
Yeah. I don't think mine's exactly dry either, but
she says, "Okay, you need to go save the universe."
yeah, don't remind me. It's really scary. But I'll do it. And then I'll see you again.
Yeah, come back this time.
Yeah, that's my plan.
At this moment, you hear a couple of and this really, honestly, just happened kind of quickly.
Yeah.
But you hear a couple of as the farmer and his wife come around the corner.
Yep.
And are like, "What happened?"
Sorry. Momentary madness. And I fumble around, I think. I just grab a couple of gold here. If you want me to help, I can help fix it.
Just go.
That is fair. I'll pull 5 gold out of my meager inventory here.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
You walk off. Parting. Carrie goes back to her room.
Yeah.
You walk off, and you just hear the farmer under his breath to his wife, like, "Told you they were bad news."
I mean, they're not wrong.
Okay. So, anything else you guys want to accomplish?
No, I just say my goodbyes. I do go up to, what's his face? The, Bunder. Bunder, we're going to be heading out soon. Do you want to stay with everyone here? Or would you like to come with us?
I don't know.
They will take good care of you here. They have the resources to do it, and they've made the promise. And I trust them with that information. Where we are going next is a bit of a gamble. It is away from everything, but I don't exactly know what would happen if you were there. They are good people there, but I'm unsure if or how you would settle there. I am asking you because you deserve to be able to make a decision for yourself, as big as it is right now.
I don't know. What? I mean, they are nice here. I don't know what to do. What do you think I should do?
I can't make that decision for you, Bunder. It is your life to lead.
Well, they are really nice here, and they might need help. I know I don't look like it, but I can do stuff.
I believe you can do things.
They made me to do things.
And you get to change the trajectory of that moving forward. And food won't be used as a tool against you.
Well, I guess I'll stay here.
Okay. I wish you all the luck in the world. You have a long journey ahead of you. Be kind to yourself along the way.
Okay.
It was a pleasure to meet you.
Yeah. You too.
And I just kind of like give him like a pat on the hand and just get up.
Oh, and thank you.
You're welcome. And I just head off with everyone else.
Alright.
Are we bringing our little friend?
Yeah, I only got permission for Soki.
I've just finished drying out 5 strawberries covered in chocolate, and I hand them to each of you.
Oh.
And then I look at you. Did you kiss him?
You can see a little bit of like a
Great. And I hand it to you.
a rub burn.
Did you kiss them? You want to Empress? Did you kiss somebody?
Unfortunately not.
And then I hand you yours.
And then I look at Interest.
I feel, ooh.
You can share that strawberry.
Don't make offers you can't cash in.
Then I eat it.
And if you eat them, it'll give you that 5 temp HP.
Ooh.
Not that we will need it, but
You never know.
you never know.
No, thank you.
The strawberry?
Keep a hold of it.
Okay.
Yeah. I'll keep a hold of
It'll last.
it. Okay.
Yeah, because we get a certain amount every morning
right.
just by his existence.
Oh, then you can all hold on to them. You don't have to eat them now.
Yeah, because
I do.
You can only have it.
Yeah, you can't stack
can't
them.
stack.
Can't stack.
Yeah.
Is it 10 that we get?
I gotta look at my level. It's gone up quite a bit.
Oh, chocolate-covered strawberries. I'm gonna like having you around.
Are we ready?
As we'll ever be. Are you ready?
Yep. Onwards and forwards and whatever else.
Are you ready?
As I'll ever be.
Stuck.
Oh, I'm definitely ready.
I've been ready for an hour. Let's go.
And then I look at our little silky friend. Are you ready?
She didn't really answer.
Can you
She just kind of got that serene smile look on her face.
can you keep a hand on her as well?
Yeah, I will.
So I'm gonna place my hand on the back of her back, like grab on it to part of her clothing.
Mhm.
And if you want to hold
I'm
on
gonna just grab her hand.
Yeah, because one of her hands has to be on the ring. And so I'm going to take out the ring. The iron ring. Everyone will need to put their hand upon the iron ring and hold on very tight.
Let our powers combine.
We get 10 HP.
Yeah, you get 10
Amazing.
every morning.
Well, usually when a girl gets a ring, it means something. But there's a lot of people to invite to that party.
The more the merrier.
Always wanted someone who'd take me to nice places, exotic places.
It'll certainly be a place you would not expect.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
And I do what I gotta do.
So you take the minute to activate, and you kind of feel that kind of faint vibration in the iron of the ring as you guys, wait, and then the world around you collapses. You feel that familiar tug in your gut as you feel that shift into another plane, and that's where we'll take a break.
Good stuff. Back-to-back episodes, guys. I am tired.
Yeah.
You did so good though.
Thank you.
So strange that Valan back.
It feels weird. It really does. Yeah. It's like I have to remember what mindset I'm in now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The little bit of Sarek snuck through there. Just bust the door down.
Hey, this isn't the same Valan.
Well, I mean, it did give another roll, basically, after that natural one. On her part.
He said, fuck it.
And there might be a little bit of an aggression issue. I don't know.
Valan with anger issues?
I'm glad it worked out because you were bordering on,
Yeah.
like, if it didn't work, it was going to be really bad.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh, yeah.
Like, we got to report this.
Yeah. Yeah, that's why I was like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Kind
was
of
like,
let your neighbors in the Leaf District know.
Yeah.
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 I gotta walk around and introduce everybody. Yeah. It was feeling like that. I didn't like where this was heading. I didn't like the energy.
No.
Oh, gosh.
I know we got you back, Valan, but I think we're just gonna leave you here.
But it worked out.
Uh-huh.
And so it's,
Yeah, I left some room in there for doubt, even with himself. Like, whoa, what was that?
Yeah, well, that makes it worse.
Look what you made me do.
Nope, absolutely not.
No, not that.
Absolutely not.
No.
We're not going there.
No.
Absolutely not. That's too real and too close to home. Mm-mm.
Oh, man.
So we'll be back in 10 minutes to continue on.
Oh.
We'll be right back.
Yep.
All right, welcome back. Hope you had a good break. So, as you guys feel that familiar shift in your gut as you're pulled in that kind of blur of motion, and you suddenly find yourself in a room that is familiar to you guys, that you've been in before, a stone, round, kind of large room. And you see the workshop of Orthocris kind of splayed out in front of you. There's a sudden flash of light amidst you as you see suddenly around Silky, you see a kind of a darkly transparent cage appear around her. And there's nobody else in the room at the moment.
Like, it seems like the room made it happen, or it was something that happened. Can I do an Arcana check or something?
Sure.
No, that's a natural 3. My Arcana is -1. 2.
Who knows? You know
Okay.
that Orthocris is, Hadressa calls him the best artificer to ever live, and
Yeah.
and Duriel is an extremely powerful wizard. So
I'm gonna assume it's a room thing.
yeah.
Oi, Chris.
I mean,
Hello?
To be honest, I kind of expected that. I'm pretty sure she'll be fine.
Sure, but I don't love the fact that she is in a tiny little cage right now.
She, for her part, hardly even reacts.
Mhm.
Like she's just kind of got that kind of same serene look, and you know.
Hello?
After a moment, you see, kind of floating out of a hole in the ceiling, the form of Orthocris, the form of this beholder with a number of scars on his body, with this kind of darkish red skin, with all of the eye stalks, and his main eye blind except for one purplish eye stalk. You have returned.
Yes?
And you see his eye turn to the cage, and he's like, "Oh, it worked. Good, good. It's trying something new."
Well, it does in fact seem to have done its job, so good job.
Well,
So you can breathe in there, right? Like it's not gonna hurt her.
it will not hurt her, just will not allow her out until evaluations have been made.
That seems fair.
Sure.
We definitely like, any strange results that you find. Appreciate the information. We're quite curious ourselves. That's why we brought her.
That is not up to me.
Where is the old man?
I'm sure he'll be along shortly.
You guys are friends, right?
Yeah.
I can feel the warmth
It's love.
and joy at every moment.
Look how his eyes got bigger when he saw me. He was like, "Boy, I'm excited."
And Orthocris, this is our friend Empress, Lady Empress.
Did she also get a cage around her?
Mm-mm.
No. Okay.
And Empress is like, "Oh, I've had, well, not a lot, but just enough. I think we have some things to talk about."
You do actually have quite a lot in common, that is true.
Orthocris just says, "I look forward to the conversation then."
So warm, so friendly. Like a summer rain.
Some of you are missing.
That is true.
Yeah. Baron Easy didn't make it. Do you know where Enduriel is?
As I said, I'm sure he'll be along shortly. Are you not enjoying my company?
Very
Got
much
him.
so. Very much. I just world-ending urgency, you know.
You're so uncomfortable.
Got him.
Yeah.
How have you been, Ortho Chris?
Not much changes here.
I got that vibe, yes.
It could be worse.
Oh.
Much, much worse.
So what he's saying is, it's better now that we're here to make life interesting. See?
You are a spinner of words.
Ooh, I kind of like that. I'm going to write that down as a title. Abuelita, spinner of words.
You just hear Silky go, I like words.
Don't we all, Silky, don't we all?
And at that point, Induriel walks into the room, and you see the tall figure who looks, for all the world, like the template that every wizard was made off of. Just the long beard, the long kind of gray hair, the in flowing robes, the whole 9 yards. With that kind of calm presence. And he says, "It is good to see you again, truly.
Likewise.
I'm sure we have much to speak of. Shall we go?
Yes.
Somewhere more comfortable.
Yes. Will Silky be okay? It's what we've called
She'll
her.
be coming."
Oh, good.
And you hear Orthocris say, "Are my room not comfortable enough?"
Are there chairs anywhere?
No. This is a very beholder-driven area. So, like, even the halls, like, that go in different directions are like these round, not gravity-centric, structure. And Durrell just kind of smiles and turns to walk off. And leads you through that familiar path that you've been through before, where you find yourself walking through a variety of environments, walking through once again, and it's still just as strange now as, even though you've done it before, like finding yourself suddenly walking above clouds, like in the sky, on a barely visible walkway, and then then walking through a door and finding yourself underwater, in the ocean floor, and then through another one by an active volcano, and just through these different landscapes, fantastical. Some of them that don't even make physical sense, that just kind of display this fantastical realm that he's created. But eventually you do reach his office.
As we leave the beholder, I'm going to hold my hand up for a fist bump that I've been trying to teach him how to do. Hold up hand for fist bump. You pound it.
You see his eye stalk go over, and you see like a half-completed gauntlet lift up into the air and crash into your face.
Excellent. Okay.
Two broken fingers.
Yeah, I give myself a cure wound.
It was already swollen.
I didn't get it all the way yet. It was a decent amount of damage probably, but I'm happy. So then we get into the other room. But she's just proud of herself the whole time. I did something valuable.
And as you're walking, Anthris is like, and actually I should note as you walk, you saw behind you as the cage that she's in actually lifts up off the ground and floats along behind you.
Nice.
But as you're walking, Anthris is like, You know, out of all the things I've seen on my journey, a beholder with a sense of humor is...
It's exciting, right?
It is quite something.
You gotta take advantage of it when it happens.
Yeah. And Anduriel's just like, after all this time, I do believe he's finally getting the hang of certain types of humor.
All of it.
It's quite an adjustment for anyone to make.
He's very good at situational humor. He needs to work on his observation humor a little bit, but it's growing.
Humor is humor. If he's got a path, I'm just happy about it.
So, you do finally reach his office. That kind of modestly sized kind of stone room that's round and has openings into various climates. You know, you see the desert on one side and snowfall and, you know, like a mountain area and another, and forest and another, and the kind of light coming from those doorways is what lights the room and kind of creates this really interesting natural feel to it. That's kind of nice and interesting.
Sarah does take a second to look out at the desert one. Because she remembers that one time she sat out there and cried for a second. She's like, I'm not going to do that again.
So, you've been through quite a bit since we last spoke.
Yes.
Well, speaking of which, and I'll reach into the bag of holding and pull out the darkfire, which I think is where we've been keeping it, right?
You were in possession of it last week, said.
Yeah. So I'll pull that out and kind of set it on the table and slide it towards him.
If you would, and he gestures to where you see, and you saw this before last time, where he had it's like this interesting, it's like somewhere between like a set of antlers and a tree that's kind of out of the ground, and you see hanging on it several vials of that.
How big is the one that we have in comparison?
I was 8.
They're about the same size.
Okay.
Okay. We also have the hand, too.
So that we cut off the spider heart and stuff. Yep.
Oh, that has the darkfire in it?
Mm-hmm.
Can we tie a string to the finger for me, Valan?
Why?
To hang it with... I don't know.
I'm just going to tie it around the bundle, because it's been bundled up.
Oh,
So I'm
okay.
just going to tie it around the bundle.
Then I'll go hang both of those. Do we
I
have
suppose
the
I've
eyeballs?
received worse gifts in my life.
Do we
Hedressa and Anthros' people were
I
after
said
the eyeballs.
they should be in Karandi.
Okay, that's right.
Sikos, or
That's right.
Sikos? Yeah. We arranged that being
Okay.
Yeah.
Do I see them on the tree?
Eyeballs.
No.
we
But
haven't
as you
checked
say that, he does say, they did reach us, and he gestures to what looks like a jar, and you see the eye like suspended in the just in the middle of the jar, just kind of floating in nothing in the middle of the jar. And you see him go over and take another empty jar, and he takes the hand and drops it in there. It's a pretty sizable one, and it just sort of floats. And he says, it's best that nothing touches this at the moment because, well, it will decay, and I don't know if this will release.
Don't we have a tongue too? Or am I misremembering? I thought there was one guy that had the monarch on his tongue. And we cut out his tongue.
I don't remember this. Was I here for that?
Is that Ethlin?
I think so. It's hard. It's a game of imagination, and I make a lot of shit up. And so could have just happened in my head, but I thought it happened in game.
I think so. I think that was Ethlin.
Yeah, like because
Okay.
there was one guy. So we.
Okay, well, I take out anything that we have wrapped
Yeah,
up.
we'll give him the tongue too.
Because
know there was a
I don't
tongue.
remember if I was there for that one.
Yeah.
So he takes it, puts it in another jar,
Okay.
kind of suspended. You almost hear as he closes it, like this, like this, almost like the air being sucked out of the jar, and then kind of creating a vacuum inside.
And there were four individuals that had also had darkfire in their soul systems. I'm not sure how to describe that, but what's her name?
Anya.
Alanya, she used her sharp pokey thing and dissipated at
Extinguished
least
it.
that much of it.
I can pull down my shirt and show my back.
Yeah, you have been through quite a lot.
Yeah.
As far as we know, we've removed all darkfire from Lirindil.
Oh, there's the kind that's still under Lessa. Right? Was Lessa, that's her hometown? Because it was burning in the...
And that's Karandia, yeah.
Yeah, but it was... I mean, what was the name of the town that Enthris...
Lessa.
Yeah, because there's still fire that's burning under her city.
Yeah, which you told Adressa about.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's not contained.
It's being managed.
Yeah.
But I don't know what the outcome of that area is, but there's still fire in the world right now.
Yeah, but we've removed all contained.
That we are
sources
aware of.
it.
That we know of. This is everything that was inside individuals.
That is excellent, excellent work.
We couldn't have done it without assistance.
Only the last one. The rest is definitely you.
Well, yeah, but we might have not made it out of there without your help, so
Thank you.
thank you.
You're welcome.
And so you faced the wizard and made an arrangement.
Yes.
But you succeeded in your mission in doing so. And
Correct.
helped a good number of people who might otherwise have been destroyed by such a man.
Yeah.
Well, one is not able to do this sort of work without being able to make such difficult decisions. That does not make them any easier.
No. It's definitely not an easy decision.
But I hold no judgment for it.
We are bound to not interfere with him for 6 months. But only we are the ones bound to that promise. If you understand what I am saying.
Well, then I hope his ends do not cross those of the Eladrin anytime soon.
But we did receive a lot of information for it. And we also met the one who gifted him with the fire. Turns out there is some Fey influences. And I don't remember how much you had already told him.
I don't know if I told him about Baron, did I?
I don't remember, but we can just say.
I just give the full
sure.
info dump
Fill
of
in
everything
blanks.
I know from that conversation, and then everything we've got gleaned from whether or not he's heard it or not. I reinforce all that information because I don't know what you know.
I said that when the name Lucrin, right? Yeah, when that comes across, that strikes a bit of a chord because of the he's one of the, oh my gosh, I forget what you call them, not the elders.
Ancestrals?
Ancestrals, yeah. He's one of those, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was mentioned by Lonnie.
Uh-huh. I do mention that. I know him to be an ancestral.
And you're certain that's the name Varian said?
Yes. And apparently it is the name that Alanya also had.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she told me the story.
Well, this is all very disturbing.
We were also met by a gnome who provided some words of supposed clues to the next thing that is happening, and I give him. I'm like reciting the poems that he gave us.
All right. You just see him like his whole like expression kind of changes, and you just see like him deep in thought. If you'll allow me, I would like some time to think and perhaps research. Make yourself at home in the meantime, and I believe Numu here can help you. And he gestures, and through a door, just a normal door, floats in this sort of jellyfish-like creature with this kind of flattened body and these tentacles flowing off of it, and two eye stalks, kind of perched atop it. And I don't think you crossed through it this time, but the first time you visited Lirindil, you actually walked through a large cavern where you saw hundreds or even thousands of these in this chamber, these kind of glowing jellyfish-like creatures. And it kind of floats in, and you all hear in your mind, "If you would follow me."
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. Did you hear that?
It's like, at this point, it's too many wild things have happened.
Yeah.
And so you depart, the door closing as you just see, Enduriel kind of standing by the desk with a hand stroking his beard. And
Does Silky come with us, or does Silky stay with him?
stays with him.
Okay.
As you follow him down this, him or her, you're not sure. You have no idea. This creature down the hallway, it says in your minds again, "A place has been provided for each of you to spend time in rest, and another place to gather together if you should choose when you're ready."
Could you show us the gathering place?
Of course.
Thank you. Could we also have some refreshments?
There are refreshments in each place,
Thank you.
but I will show you to all of them.
Thank you.
So as you go down the hallway, you come to a kind of T where there is another just kind of normal looking door, but you see several more of those creatures just kind of floating in place, sort of waiting. And he says, "This is the door for the group gathering when you are ready, and these will lead you to your individual spaces."
Thank you. Does everyone want to get a quick wash your faces, and then we can meet in the community place?
Okay.
Alrighty. 15 minutes? Is that not enough? Too much time?
Sure.
I believe he would like you to rest, so there is no rush on time.
Thank you. 15 minutes.
Okay. So, each one of them kind of leads you in these different directions, and it's not really like a maze. Like there's, you'll be able to find your way back pretty easily. Stoic. Your creature leads you through a door, and you hear this one say, "He believed you could use a bit of home.
Oh no.
And so, as you step through the door, you find yourself suddenly in an environment that does look familiar, though you haven't been there a long time. Towering pines in amidst like very, very tall, very immense, jagged mountains. You see in this kind of scene these towering pines overlooking just a babbling brook with like a little bit of a pooling area before it continues on. Running out kind of in, and you look down and you kind of see it running out into this scenic valley nested between these snow-capped mountains. In the other direction, up the stream at the head of this valley, you see the vivid blue of a glacier. Just a blue that you didn't know existed in nature. And the creature basically says, gestures, and you can see in like little naturally, almost like grown out of the ground, like bowls and plates. You see various foods, you see a towel draped over a branch and everything. At this, you get it takes you a second, but you get the impression that this, area is where you could bathe if you want, in this stream. And the creature basically says to call out if you need assistance and floats back through the door.
I'm at 15 minutes. And I quickly, I'm shucking off armor.
And as you're taking off this armor, you see a movement.
Oh no.
And a deer, comes around the tree, just kind of curiously looking at you. And then cautiously, makes its way toward you.
Oh yeah, I speak with animals.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, can I help you?
Oh, we don't get many visitors.
I didn't know there was going to be animals in this place. Hi,
Yeah, there's quite a few of us.
my name is Stoic. You don't mind if I clean up in your, hopefully not your drinking pool?
No, if he said you can, you can. At this point, you see a couple of other creatures, squirrel and like a chipmunk on the side, and
Got an audience.
You're funny.
I don't think I got all the way naked. I think I'm partially dressed. I was gonna get naked, but I just look around and continue to take most of my stuff off, but I'm gonna leave on my undergarments. Is the water cold?
no, it's not cold or warm. It's just
It's going to get comfortable.
just a good kind of vaguely cool temperature,
Okay.
kind of refreshing but not cold.
I will slowly bathe myself while awkwardly watching their reactions.
Well, they look at you curiously and then just kind of go off.
Okay, they're not
do
just
their own business.
watching me the whole
No.
time.
They're just like, oh, hey, what's
No,
up?
if you don't engage with them, they eventually kind of wander off.
Okay. I feel much better. It's getting awkward.
No, you just get the impression they're animals. They're acting like animals that are just weirdly comfortable with humans. But
Sure.
yeah,
Okay.
Asura, you are taken through a doorway that leads out into what looks like a platform kind of set into a large white building with a large it's basically like this kind of large platform balcony looking out over desert dunes. And you see this kind of heat blurred image of a way, way off in the distance, this kind of silvery city. Very, very far away. On this platform, you see, this kind of artificial, like man-made waterfall kind of coming down from the roof above, and cascading down into this kind of pool area that then branches off into several kind of artificial troughs that kind of go through the balcony before going off the sides. And you see a couple of different water fountains in different areas of this place, and you see greenery like draped in different places, and half of the balcony is covered in a lattice work that has some vines and stuff through it. And you see different types of like lounging chairs and stuff around the area. So it's like you've got shaded area and area in the sun according to whatever your preference is. And you've got like these bowls of exotic fruits and pitchers of different colors, liquids and alcoholic and not. And like the glass that the pitchers and cups are used for don't seem to ever get warm. And also has baths and soaps and everything else as well, bath materials like towels and things of that nature. And they basically say the same thing, and to you and leave.
Yeah, I immediately start like sniffing the bath products to find a smell that like I particularly like, and then I'll head towards the waterfall area. But I'm going to stand in the middle of that shade, so I'm half in shade and half in sun, and I just like put my hands out in front of me, and I think about the mirror that's in my possession right now, and just kind of look at like the shadow that's not on me and the shadow that is on me, and I kind of like don't know which way I should go, like whether I should go into the shaded area of the water or the sunny area, so I'm just kind of looking at it. And then eventually I just kind of step over into the sunny side and I like dip into the water.
Alright. Okay. So, you take your time and do what you will in that area. Abuelita, you've been here before. Do you want to describe what area would be really comfortable in?
It's sort of a area that doesn't fully make sense because it looks like a forest, but like it's at nighttime, and so like the stars seem to be creeping into like the waterfall that is also, I think she also has a waterfall into a big pool, but it's like starry water, so it's like she's dipping into the stars itself. Instead, but just I think it's night though, but there's like a nice little glow of like fireflies are everywhere, but like they just keep making little constellations, and you just keep seeing this, and there's like fish in the water, and she just gets really excited to be here again and starts sprinting towards the waterfall, and like mid-jump turns into an otter and just is swimming around. Swimming up and chittering a little bit and then swimming around. Oh, it's so cute, I can't.
Nice. Puppies and otters. I mean.
Yep, and her form is also starry, so it's all mixed together. Sometimes it's very hard to tell where she is even in the water because it's just they match, and she just feels very much at home. Like this is she loves this place. Yeah.
Awesome.
Because it can't be real, but she
That's so cute.
Nice. Okay. Valan, as you reach your door, the creature with you says, for your area, he thought that you might want a reminder of your foundation. And you open the door and walk out into what you recognize immediately is actually a replica of the Emerald Dragon's monastery in the Blush. And you remember, well, that makes sense. The Emerald Dragon used to be the leader of the Eladrin.
Mm-hmm.
But you look out over that kind of, over to your left, this, looking out over the kind of tall, finger-like mountains of the Blush and the misty clouds drifting between them with variously colored trees dotting the tops and sides. The temperature is cool. The air is light. There's something about it that seems to relax and focus at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
There's a bamboo, there's a little bit out from the platform. There's an arched bridge crossing between two cliffs, and you can see like a bamboo mat stretched across the middle of it that you would know is typically for meditation.
Mm-hmm.
In the distance somewhere you hear like the soft drone of these deep bells ringing in this very slow, meditative song. Behind you, you see, this big opening into an indoor area that you know is basically a large open area for training. And you see a greenish, kind of greenish blue glowing jewel just floating in the air, which is not something you saw at the monastery.
Right. Yeah, probably curiosity getting the better of them. Let's go touch the floating jewel in the middle of the air.
Okay. So, as you do, it shimmers and like kind of spreads out and shapes itself into a translucent humanoid shape, like that's vague and undefined. And you see it takes the shape and goes, and then takes a fighting stance.
Sweet. Yeah. This is relaxation for nowadays, especially. This is probably really
Yeah, but
relaxing.
this isn't a bad.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. This is how he recharges. Bow and get into a fighting stance, which I know no one else is seeing, but it is. I think when Valan, before everything, his fighting stances were a little bit more, I wouldn't necessarily say passive, but maybe a little bit more defensive. And now it's has a little bit more of an aggressive stance to it.
More waiting for the other person to make the first move.
Yeah, and now he's like kind of in attack mode. Yeah.
So as you engage with this magic, whatever it is, whether it's living or whether it's just a bit of magic, you don't know. But it's tangible. There is physicality to it. It is fighting back. And it's doing so. It's unbelievably nostalgic because you've fought in a lot of battles since you left the monastery. And none of them were monks of the Emerald Dragon.
Mm-hmm.
It's a distinct style. And this is that style.
Mm-hmm.
You know this fighting style. And you almost can't help but feel this weird juxtaposition of coming out of the Monarch training and out of the training with Al Khan and out of all the fighting experience that you've gained since then that was not Emerald Dragon relating. It's like this collection of experiences against the familiarity of what you were trained to do originally. And it's a very interesting, like one of those things that's probably emotional in a way that's hard to describe,
Yeah.
And so you can spend as long as you like engaging in that, meditating. There is a small kind of shallow pool with a gentle fountain that you recognize as the Targonian style of bathing, which is basically kneeling, kind of hand washing with a towel, like a wet towel.
I don't think he meditates. I think he will spar. I mean, keeping in mind the 15-minute mark, spar
I
for.
feel like none of us come out in 15
I
minutes.
Nope.
for sure do not.
Yeah.
Asura doesn't even either. Like, she said 15 minutes, and then she's like,
Saw the room, yeah.
she's like relaxing, and then when she like gets out, she's like, she's just sunbathing herself dry. Her hair is undone. She's letting it kind of like naturally set. She's putting some like oils and things in her like skin and her hair. She's indulging in all of this like niceness.
No, I think Valan actually tries to keep to the 15 minutes, and then when he goes to the group area, he's like, no one's here. Okay. And he goes back and he fights. He just goes back and fights. Got some stuff he's working out, so.
Sure.
Yeah.
Which does feel good.
Mm-hmm.
It's working up the sort of exercise endorphins. It's a
Yep.
healthy fight. Maybe the first healthy physical activity you've had in a while, like since being taken, basically.
Yeah.
It feels good to be in control again
Yep. And
and
he's,
familiarizing yourself with the new you.
yeah. So he's thinking about his moves and not about anything else. Like he's thinking about, the different, watching this entity, figure, whatever, make its moves, and he has to counter, and then he becomes the aggressor. He's like, this is what I'm going to do next, and planning out that kind of stuff instead of having to think about what's happened to him over the past couple months.
Absolutely.
And the only time that he will actually stop is probably when he is just so physically exhausted that he can't go any further, and then he'll probably go over and bathe. And, yeah. I can't imagine him actually meditating, though. Still can't quiet his mind.
Okay.
And Asura's like mostly air dried. She goes finds like a nice like robe thing. It's very much it's very Alrockin in the like styling of this robe. It seems similar to like the types of fabrics that the prince had in his like traveling thing, and like the stuff that he was wearing. It has like that kind of aesthetic, but it's like just like a wrap robe, and then there's like slippers that she puts on, and she just lets her hair be down and not in her like forever braid that she always has in, and she's just like kind of enjoying a little bit of this luxury, picking some food. She finds the non-alcoholic, and she pours herself something to drink, and it's like cold, and she's like, oh. And eventually she'll kind of meander out over to the communal area, but like she has like a bowl of fruit and her drink with her in her robe and her slippers. She looks very aesthetic and like this like lounge aesthetic.
Yep.
Yeah. I think Abuelita is the same because she unwild shaped in the water and forgot that she had all of her clothes on. So she did have to like set them out to dry and then find a robe that is too big, but she likes it that way. And it's probably like an hour before she gets out and does all of that. And then at some point you feel your stone vibrate like she's in danger because she is testing to see if it works, and she just sits there waiting for you as she starts putting together drinks, but she can't carry them all, so she does need someone to come help her.
Strangely, the robe fits to you once you put it
Yeah,
on.
but she likes it big, so
Okay.
it's big.
It fits to your preference.
My
I'd say,
preference, yeah.
And
But she's
I just-
barefoot.
And I just ask one of the floating friends to be like, which one is Abuelita's room?
I can show you.
Thank you. And I walk over.
She does.
And you just come into this room, and I've made drinks for all of us. I'm like, I can't carry them all.
Yes. And I just kind of like look into her room. I don't like go in, but do I see what she has described?
Mm-hmm.
And it's a very like nighttime atmosphere, and just bugs everywhere, just glowing, flying around, and moss that's glowing. And
Your room is very pretty.
thank you. I can't wait to see everyone else's. I've made drinks.
Okay. And I'm just like helping you carry them
Great.
into the communal area.
Yeah.
Okay. So as you guys slowly, at your own pace, whenever you want, make your way towards the community area, the door you walk through takes you out onto this platform, and there is kind of a shaded kind of gazebo thing in the middle. But the platform is basically about a foot off of what looks like tropical waters. And you see a couple of things. You see a table and different chairs and stuff like that. So basically, you could kind of make the space whatever you want it to be. But there are two other things that stand out. One is a little table, off to one side, and it looks very clearly like a miniature replica of the platform you're on, and above it you see what looks like a kind of a glowing orange globe, and underneath one that's kind of soft blue.
Mm-hmm. It's currently sunny right now.
Mm-hmm.
I tilt it a little bit to get like a nice evening, like the beautiful colors of a sunset over water.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And you see the whole atmosphere shifts as the sun in the sky goes down into this kind of purplish hued sunset of the
beautiful.
sun just below the horizon.
Right.
We can just live here,
Who needs to
right?
take on the world's problems
Yeah.
when we can live here?
The other thing that you saw, that you guys see, is kind of near the edge of the platform. You see actually like a ladder that kind of goes from the water up, and just like one of those little, like a pool ladder kind of thing, out of wood. But you see this little plate, and with like a really nice handwriting that in front of this plate with a number of these kind of blue-green biscuits, like very small biscuits that just says "Eat and Swim."
I just look at them. I'm like, water, and I have never always been the best of friends. I'll think about that.
Oh, I'm gonna do it. But first, I'm gonna give everyone their drinks. This is what I call the guilty mojito.
Oh.
Instead of it's a mojito, but it's mijito because my son, my children, type of thing. It's lemonade, lime juice, crushed blackberries, a mint on top, and it's got absinthe. But not a lot.
Okay. So we're going to be having an experience here in a moment. Is that-
Not a lot,
Yeah.
but it does have some. Yeah. And she just hands one each to you. I'll make these for you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
They are alcohol. Yeah.
Is there one without?
I can make one without. And she runs back to her room.
I'm sorry to ask. Thank you.
And then she brings it back.
Thank you.
It's from my own stash. I'll probably refill since they have some here too. But absinthe is, we make it where I grew up. We used to make it, so I like to always have some on hand. To remind me
Tastes
of
really
home.
good.
Thank you. Yeah, it's delicious.
I take like a tiny sip of the absinthe one, and I just like pass it back over.
I'll drink it too.
I don't drink much.
That's okay.
This is delicious though, and I'm just like eating some of the fruits that were from my room, and I'm drinking this.
I'm gonna eat one of the little cookie biscuit things and go swim. Cause I have already done it before? Have I? Or is this new to this experience?
I think this would actually be new.
Yeah, then I'm definitely gonna do it.
Okay. Anybody else?
Not right now. I'm gonna see what it does first.
Okay.
Sarah's a little apprehensive about underwaterness.
Water planet,
Yeah.
water realm or whatever. I had my experience there, so.
Yeah.
Stoic.
I just got clean. I'll wait. I'm enjoying being clean. It's been a while.
Okay.
But I do watch. I watch you.
So as you eat this, it's fairly tasteless. It's definitely not meant for, get the impression it's meant for enjoyment of eating, so to speak. But you feel something different. It's hard to figure out, but then once you get into the water, you just have this urge to go under. And you do, and the moment your head goes underwater, you know you can breathe. And so you do.
Yeah.
And as you do, and you open your eyes, which are now incredibly comfortable and under the water, you see you are surrounded by a incredibly stunning coral reef.
Oh, yes.
With tons of oceanic life and exotic fish and creatures and everything that are with the waving fronds of anemone and coral and just about everything you can imagine, and just this vivid splash of colors with these, different trenches of landscape, to explore, with some huge fish occasionally here and there, and then others, schools and schools of tiny fish and everything you can imagine. It's stunning.
Awesome. I pop back up and I'm like, it makes it so you can breathe underwater and see everything really nice. It's beautiful. It's a coral reef.
Is Empress with us? I'm gonna ask the one of our floaty friends. Empress doesn't have to join us if she doesn't want to, but can you let her know that we're all here if she wants to join us?
She's with him right now.
Ah, well then, never mind. Thank you.
Come experience this with me!
Fuck it. Boys, turn your eyes. And I just take off my robe. I'm buck naked under this robe. I never put clothes back on.
Yeah, I'm swimming in my robe as well. I'm in the robe.
Yeah, no, I'm buck naked,
Yeah.
and I just take the cookie and I just go, fuck, and I just jump in.
I take your hand once you're in the water and then start swimming
you
around.
really watch somebody who was told how swimming and treading water worked, has never actively practiced the skill of it.
Then I'm about to teach you right now.
And so you just see a lot of desperate dog paddle kind of
Yeah, I
energy.
keep correcting your feet where you are.
Well, it ends up being a little bit challenging for you at first, even though you are practiced in the water, because the minute you basically make a motion to go water, you propel forward.
Oh shit! Fuck! How do I stop this? How do I stop this?
You do, and it stops. It's like you've got a lot more control than you should have underwater normally. You're cutting through the water.
But she doesn't know
This
that.
is very different than normal.
She's gonna think it's...
I'm gonna explain it to her because every time she pushes off, I have to chase after her.
Fuck! The water keeps moving around me.
Yeah, it's a little magical,
This is a lot.
but you can't drown in it, so this is a great place to learn.
You would be surprised how capable I am at drowning.
I will make sure you don't drown in it.
Stoic knows
Just don't
infinitely more.
hyperventilate.
I don't like heights, and I don't like lows. I like the ground. I don't mind if it's a little bit shifty, but I like the ground.
Okay, close your eyes, and I'll pull you down, and then we'll look at the corals.
Okay.
So I grab her, and then since it's easier to swim here, I'm gonna swim down to the prettiest part where I think you can see everything beautifully, and then I'll be like, okay, now open up. And I start naming the types of fishes that you see.
How do you know all this?
I grew up with animals of all kinds, and I just love animals.
I could tell, yes.
I love swimming. I don't know what that one is, actually. I'll have to figure it out, though. I'm sure there's a book or something.
Yes. It's very big. Very nervous.
Don't be. I've got you.
If you say so.
You want to play a game?
Maybe. Depends on the game.
Okay, close your eyes. I'm a wild shape into one of the fish. And I'll swim around, and then I'm gonna. Oh, I can't tell you to open your eyes, crap! I'm gonna be a little fish, and I'm gonna give you little fish kisses on the cheek, and then swim really fast away.
Where did you go? Fuck. I knew I shouldn't have closed my eyes. The fuck are you? Where are
One
you?
of them is definitely a little bit I am trying to blend, but if you look close enough, you do still see a constellation on one of the stars, on one of the fish.
I swear to fucking God, you said you weren't going to leave me out here.
And I poof back. I didn't leave you. Could you tell which fish I was, though?
You mean the starry one?
Ah, I forgot. I gotta practice not doing that.
How are you so starry?
Oh, I think it's just the connection I have.
The connection to what?
The stars and constellations, and that's where I feel like I pull some of my power from, almost. Yeah.
Is there like a god for the stars at night?
I mean, there are gods of, like, the stars, I think, and I, like, know about them. I don't know that I'm not specifically connected to a god. I understand and acknowledge them, but yeah. No, there was just, there was a moment, you know, when I was looking at the stars and felt connected and had a experience.
An experience
Yeah.
that was
Scary. It was scary.
which included
Darkfire?
oh,
Yeah.
that's I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah. I'm gonna change into another animal.
Oh, please don't. Okay.
But it's so much fun.
Fine, turn. Just tell me what you're going to turn into first.
Then you can't spot which one I am.
The
It's like
star
hide,
one.
oh, yeah, I forgot it again. I'm gonna be a seahorse.
I've never seen a seahorse.
Okay, ready? And then I change, and it's very small. Little tiny seahorse. And I just scoot around you.
I'm gonna. Can I call for one of the little floaty guys? Will they come down here?
You and I.
Floaty friends. I don't know. You all must have different names. Numa's the only name I know.
You see another one, like, just float for a second and then come down into the water.
In my room, there is a jar that has a flower in it. Could you bring that to me, please?
Yes.
Thank you. What is the most interesting creature you have ever seen from the water?
What's the most interesting creature I've ever seen? This would help if I, as a person, actually knew all of the creatures in the water.
Actually, you close your eyes. And the jar, because I can eat the flower, I mean, I can take the flower and turn into any sea creature that I've seen, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to pick the fish that she doesn't have a name for.
Oh, nice.
And I'm going to turn into that fish.
The fish she doesn't have a name for.
She was pointing
I was
out all
pointing
these
at
different
one.
fishes, and she's like, oh, I don't know
Oh,
the name
yeah,
of that fish. But I've seen it now.
Uh-huh.
It is a creature I have seen, and therefore, because I've seen it, I can turn into it.
Okay. So,
I think the answer I give is probably blowfish, because I think they're funny when they poof out.
Okay, and then I just tell you to close your eyes, and
Okay.
before I do that though, I hand back the jar and I tell him to go put it back in my room, and then I take the flower and I turn myself into
Well, she sees the flower, right?
Yeah.
You would have only seen drawings of it.
Okay.
It is something called a deep lotus. It is a flower that grows in deeper parts of the ocean. It's exceedingly rare. It's magical. It's like, it glows blue with like violet at the center. It's a sacred plant.
Okay.
Like reef shamans, and got a number of unique properties. Very rare.
How did you come to have that?
My
Your boyfriend?
gave it to me.
The one that you kissed? I
Uh-huh.
didn't get to meet him. I'll have to meet him next time.
He's very sweet.
So he's officially your boyfriend? Was he already officially your boyfriend?
We weren't sure, and to be honest, there is still a lot of things could happen from now to then, but we said we would wait for each other.
Yeah.
I don't know
That's
that
cute.
will entail.
Long distance is hard, I know.
Do you?
Yeah.
Are you long distance? Oh, that's right. You said that your
I'm looking for my partner.
partner is currently
Somewhere.
in a realm that is not here.
The last I had word of him, he was in a realm that's not on this plane.
I am sorry for that.
Thank you. It's been a while.
How long is he wild?
More than a few years. I haven't seen him for a long while.
That is a long time to be late.
But I'm hopeful that I'll see him again someday. And that he'll be healthy and happy.
I hope that's for you too.
Okay, I'm gonna close my eyes.
Okay. Now you use
One.
the flower to turn into
two.
the pufferfish thing.
Hacha!
And I'm like right up in your face.
She just giggles.
And then I like try to figure out how swimming works as a fish. But you don't see the most awkward fish ever in your life. You just see and then you see it like trying to bend in directions like its vertebrae don't work. And it's just like
She's just laughing underwater.
and just like if I don't know if you can talk to fish, but you just see like the little fish mouth going this, and it's just like if you could speak fish right now, it's a lot of Tirothan curse words.
Oh, amazing. I think I would have to. I cannot speak to fish. I think I would have to cast a spell, which I probably won't. Well, yeah, I'll cast speak with animals just so I can hear and enjoy it.
It's a lot of like it's like a lot of like really strange, not guttural, but it's a lot of like sounds, and it's obviously a lot of high key expletives.
Does it make
Amazing.
you wonder if the spell worked?
Yeah, because I don't know that. I think probably not that language, so I'm very confused. But then I can hear the other
this
fish
thing
like doing stuff, so I'm like, huh.
And then after a while, I'm back in like common or whatever the fish language is like, I think I got the hang of this.
You're
and
doing great.
And
You're
I'm
doing
just
great.
like in place. The body movement is right, but there's no propulsion yet. So
You're doing great.
okay, I believe you. And then eventually I'll pop out of it. That was a wild experience.
It's very good to have wild experiences every once in a while.
Yep.
Stepping out of your comfort zone. I'm so proud of you.
Thank you. We should probably get back to the boys before they start to, I don't know.
Sing.
Singing is not what I was thinking of.
I was really hoping they were gonna start singing.
Well, Stork might play the violin,
Oh,
but
I love music.
Valan is not much of a singer. Or at least he wasn't. I don't know who he is now.
But you have him back. And you can find out who he is now. Can learn together.
I have someone back. All right. Please
I'll
help me
race you to the top.
And out of like sheer panic, I'm just like, whoosh, whoosh.
And I was going slow, so you definitely beat me.
How much
'Cause I
distance does
promised
she
not to
get when
leave
she
you.
hits the top?
She just shoots out.
Yeah.
I feel like a dolphin, but it's not graceful in the landing. It's like up, and it's like, as I'm like cannonballing back into the water. I'm like all
And then
arms
just-
and legs.
You belly
I've just
flop.
been sitting here in this tropical area, peaceful, and all of a sudden,
Yep.
I just look at Valen. That tracks.
She
have
just
you guys been doing anything
comes out of the
particular?
water
in this?
giggling.
No, man. Just sitting tight.
Mm-hmm.
Like, a little weirded out, actually.
Not feeling it?
No, this. I don't know if it's real, and if it is, that makes less sense.
It's magic.
Yeah, but not like this, man. It's a little extreme for me to see this kind of magic. I mean, where you just create worlds. You know? It's really nice. I mean, I had a wonderful bath. I don't know about what did your room look like.
It was my monastery.
I was in the forest with some creepy animals. I mean, they were all right, but
I need to define creepy.
I guess they were just curious. It's just I was trying to bathe and they all like came out and were staring at me.
Don't you love animals though?
I love animals, but it made me extremely uncomfortable and I don't really know why. It just felt off, you know? And are they real animals?
Could you like talk to them and touch them and?
I did. But that begs the question, did he bring them up from the real world to his world to put them in that room, or you know what I mean? It's really cool, but it's gotta be asking questions.
Could be a question to ask them.
I don't know if I want the answer. So I'm just kind of trying to take it as it is and just enjoy it, but it's a little unnerving, to be honest.
So it wasn't very peaceful.
It was peaceful. Like, if I let myself forget that I'm in a different dimension, someone's personal dimension, that they personally made a mini dimension for me. You see, if I don't think about it too much, then it's kind of nice, but I'm struggling not to think too much.
It feels kind of different for you.
Yeah. Just a lot of things, man. I'm so happy to have you back. Man, I missed you dearly, and as weird as it sounds, having you back has made me think more about Baron Easy, and now we had 2 more friends leave, and I don't know. It's got me looking at things a little different. I'm trying just to figure everything out, I guess. Like, I'm sure you're trying to figure everything out.
Yeah, and I'm sorry, by the way. I just kind of didn't give you a whole lot.
I know.
Just kind of said I need to go and went.
Well, I mean, we kind of put the pieces together, which reminds me, your sister's gonna be pissed when she finds out.
Yeah.
But you get right, man. We'll talk about things, but you don't have to do it right now. You've been through a lot. Just know that you're home and with friends.
Thank you. I'm trying to adjust to that.
I bet.
Yeah. And just figure out myself.
Yeah.
I mean, I just spent the last few hours fighting some construct in my little personal realm. Not sparring. I was fighting. It feels weird.
Feels weird to fight, or
To fight with aggression.
you get used to it. It's kind of nice, actually. Gives you kind of this warm feeling when you win.
I think you actually did get a smirk out of Valan on that one. Because that is the stoic he knows.
Yeah.
He hasn't seen the level head the stoic yet. That happened while he was gone. So
Yeah. But yeah, it's. They didn't give me any fighting stuff in my room. Maybe I could come by later.
Beat up some beer.
yeah. Yeah.
No, I want to go to his room later and beat up the thing.
Oh my god.
Look, he may be a little weirded out by them, but he's not going to get violent on an animal.
Deer's gonna wreck you.
Soak would never get violent on an animal. Even if he thinks it's fake animal, he doesn't know.
Elk shows up.
Yeah. Come on by.
Because that sounds like fun. But
It was cathartic.
that depends on how long we're staying here. Because to be honest, I'd really like to get in the back.
There's a lot to do.
Well, we've been gone for so long. Like we're not even the same people we were when we left. I mean, literally.
Yeah.
I had no soul when I left.
Now, this is one of those weird moments where I have to remember which character was in the.
That's fine.
Was that
Val
Val was
was
there?
there for that.
Okay, you got your soul back.
I did.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's because of this place. And
Valan was in the Solistarium.
Yeah.
oh,
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
You got a shadow back
that's
though.
the-
That
yeah.
that you weren't there.
The shadow you weren't there for.
Yeah, that's right.
Well, not visibly. Not yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah, you were there when I got back.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
right.
I it's a timeline, man.
Tell me about it.
But yeah, I mean, but I didn't have it when we left.
Yeah.
You know, and you definitely
Have gone through.
you have some
Yeah.
changes yourself.
Yep.
So, yeah, it's I think it's time we get back.
Maybe have some familiarity.
Yeah, be good.
Something kind of grounded. Yeah.
Boys, look away.
Too late. You were like,
I mean, that's true.
Yelling in the air.
Fine, but just know, it's not for sale anymore. I get up very confidently.
for sale. That's a bad choice of words.
Sarah instantly regrets ever saying anything. It's like, but she's like trying to confidently just like pull her wrap back on, just, and then I just like squeeze my hair kind of like really close to you.
Of course. Now that I'm all clean. Yeah.
And I asked one of our little floaty friends, could you give me a brush? Thank you.
Of course.
I really like our little floaty friends. They are very helpful.
Yeah. I gotta go change again. I'll be back.
Okay. I'm just like sitting there, like, just in my like robe, just like brushing my hair. What are we talking about?
Going home.
There's still much to do.
Yeah, but not for those reasons.
You know, we have a bigger thing on our horizon.
Bigger than the world ending?
Yes,
What's that?
we have a new friend. I don't mean to say we need to drill information out of her. I'm just saying we do need to drill information out of her.
Yeah, come. I'm not. You make friends with her.
I am making friends with her.
Good.
Why do you think I jumped in scary water?
That wasn't weird.
And you didn't even save me. Look at that progress.
I didn't save you because you weren't drowning.
You didn't know. I turned into a fish down there.
How?
That's a new
My
one.
boyfriend's gift that he gave me. I don't know if I like to say it. That seems very like aggressive. My boyfriend.
It's fine.
My male kissing friend. Nope, he's more important than that.
more important than the person you put your mouth on?
I mean, he is the person I put my mouth on. It's kind of nice. I won't pretend that I am not happy about it.
You got a little glow to you.
It's the water.
No. Maybe, but I think there's something else to it too.
What about you and your glow? Yours is a smaller glow.
It's complicated.
When is it?
I mean, like the rest of my life right now.
Start putting some of the fruit that I brought from my room, like, in front of you. Eat.
No, I eat. Yeah. I've not been not eating either. Like I eat.
Sure, but eat more. It is very good fruit.
Can the little jelly things, can they carry, like, notes?
Mhm.
I'm gonna send one with a note with a small recipe to how to make these little treats better, because it was flavorless. So I was like, here's a recipe to add to it so that there's some flavor to the cookies.
Can I speak to your manager, please?
No, but yeah, no.
She's just carrying the with
No, she was like a suggestion. Be like, oh, if you want to make cookies, you can make them like this. Maybe you were never taught. I can teach you if you would like. Let's have some fun. And that's what it says.
I will pass it along. Thank you.
Thank you. So you see that floating away, and then a couple more minutes later, then I come back out and, like, I don't know, something else in the room. Just and an even fluffier, if possible. Like
Even bigger,
towel.
even
It's just
fluffier.
a big fluffy. It's like the ones that you give to little kids that has the little hat and like little ears
Uh-huh.
on it. She's coming out in that, but actually has clothes on underneath too. Just big blanket, cuddled in.
Certainly an experience.
I feel like I'm on vacation.
I have a strange question.
Okay.
Do you know how to braid hair?
Yes.
I just sit, like, right next to you. And
Do
it's
you
like,
want a French braid? Do you want a straight braid? Do you want a waterfall blade? Braid?
I didn't know
Do you
there
want
were
a crown braid?
I didn't know there were so many different types of braids.
Okay, so
The only braid you've ever seen her is like a really fucked French braid.
okay.
Because it goes through the center of her horns, and then she just had this like long, ratty ass braid that she's been
Okay.
rocking that you've never seen her undo before.
Okay.
So,
Yeah. I'll probably give you one that lets it, because we're not fighting or anything, so I'll let part of it be down. But yeah, she's gonna braid, and it does like a crown around to enhance like the look of your horns a little bit, and just frames your face, but leaves part of it still long so that you can see it. But it looks like a little crown braided around your head.
I feel so fancy.
That wasn't a strange question.
I don't generally have people touch my hair, so.
I'm honored. Do you want to try on my hair?
I can try. You're gonna get the most sad, kind of like too tight on one side, too loose on the other.
Love it.
Real rat, or just real. And like it's not always 3. Sometimes 4 happens, but then it like 2 twists, and then it gets back into a 3. But it somehow got reversed, so you have like half,
Yeah.
and then it's
She has long hair, so it has a lot of time to go crazy multiple places.
Yeah, it's and like a piece didn't make it in.
Yeah.
So it's still like dangling randomly from your
She
nape.
like pulls it over her shoulder and is like,
Does it look like Christmas lights when you take them out?
Like Asura has always worn a braid, but
You
it's
know
never
what?
been a good braid. It's been
this is
just
probably
out of
my
your
fault.
face
I
braid.
didn't brush my hair before I let you braid it.
Asura did brush like the bottom like corner,
Yeah.
so like the bottom corner beautiful.
Beautiful.
The rest of it.
A mess. Especially because I just went swimming twice.
I feel like we have so many questions to ask you.
I have questions about you too, because I don't really know anything about you guys other than that you maybe needed a little extra help. So I have questions too.
I mean, where are you from?
Well, I grew up in the Worldthorn forests. My family sort of was a part of like a traveling caravan, because they're not very safe. So you sort of travel with away from danger often, and just sort of have to get to know the forest, and teaches you a lot about how to survive, because only the careful survive a lot of the time. Get to learn a lot of secret paths through the mountains.
I was a caravan kid too.
Yeah. I miss it sometimes because you just have this large family and they're your people and you work together on everything, and it's a little bit different than being out in the world where people mainly just fight for themselves and I don't know, it's different. Not bad, just different. But yeah, that's where I grew up. It's where I met my partner. We were kids. He was a scrawny human. He was very scrawny. Still tall for me, but everyone said he was short. But he was very charismatic, like Enthras, except for he didn't have the advantage of being ruggedly handsome. He was just him, and he was just encouraging and hopeful. And I loved him very much. Still do. Because he's not dead. Just lost.
How did you end up outside of our
Well, originally I went looking for him.
Well, how did he end up there?
That I'm not really sure. He wanted a family and couldn't have a family. And the last time we tried, it almost killed me. And I thought we had decided to just... But he was determined to find a way, a safe way. So we went off in search of it, and I should have followed him immediately, knowing that he'd get himself into trouble. But by the time I went looking for him, eventually it led to a bit of a plane jump, which I don't know how that happens. So I just tried to track him, try to find people, and yeah, tried to get strong enough to be able to find a way to do it myself, even if I could, because he wasn't, I don't know how he did it, but there was word of him not that long ago, so that's part of the reason why I was excited to meet Hedressa and do some plane walking with her, just for a chance that anyone had seen him.
Where was he last seen? You said there was information?
It was a long time ago. I'm trying to remember what plane. At the time I didn't know a lot about the different planes, so I just knew he was not here. And so I had to figure out how to get to places. Now that I know that there's actually ways to jump planes. At the time I didn't understand it. So I don't fully remember. Hedressa had said that they would have people looking out for him though. So I'm hopeful. But
You still have family at home?
yeah, I have a sister, and my parents, as far as I know, are still good, but I've not been home for a while, and they were supportive of me going out, and yeah. Good people, hard life, but they very much liked what they did, and I was ready to see the world, I think, a little bit, in my attempts to find him. It sounds silly, but yeah, that's what first got me out and going.
I think it's better than some of our stories, so. Yours is a much kinder story, I think. As hard as it is.
Yeah.
What is your favorite color?
My favorite color is all of them. Is that a favorite color? I love all of them. I love the burnt orange of the sunset. That's maybe one of the ones that make me the most happy.
I can still do thaumaturgy in this place, yes?
Mm-hmm.
You see my eyes, so like they're naturally like a golden color.
Mm-hmm.
You see like the gold set into this like sunset orange. And then, like,
What's your
after-
favorite color?
I wear it every day.
Okay.
You can see like the lavender purple skin, and then like it's like a darker plum hair that grows out of her head, and like her horns similarly match the color of her hair, but they're adorned with like pieces of like cheap looking like metal that she's kind of like capped herself with, and her tail matches her horns.
Okay. What got you adventuring? Why did you leave home?
I fled home. I did terrible things to people I loved
Why?
because I was told I was doing good by them. I have a bad habit of following charismatic women into terrible situations. And why I know Zenoa's story very well is because after understanding what I was really doing, which was taking my people to Shigorith. And do you know what happens in Shigorith? The trade is there. I took my girlfriend there, thinking I was saving her. And when I found out that's not what I was doing, I went back and I killed the woman who raised me. It's because she knew the truth. And she was using me to do it. Then I fled. Then I met these fuckers in a bar one day, and
How lucky.
perhaps we kind of, out of convenience, got together. One mission became two, became...
What was your first mission?
Oh, we went to that,
Some kind of bounty.
yeah, we were going after a...
Shambling Mound?
Yeah, the Shambling Mound was in the middle of it, but we were going to the waterfall to get, what's his name?
It's a bounty, yeah.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
But we weren't sellswords.
We were not cells. If you call me a sellsword, I swear to fucking God, I will stab your fucking eyes.
I mean, even though we were paid to go kill a man, definitely we weren't sellswords.
I was doing my civic duty to a town that I could not even remember its name at the time.
And then we just all kind of worked well together, so we...
Well, we irritated each other not as much as some.
So we stuck around.
Why did you become a sellsword? Not you, just him. Specifically.
Food cost money.
Uh-huh.
And lodging cost money, and I didn't have any.
You didn't have a home?
No.
How did you get good with the blades and swords and all of that?
I mean, I had a home. I was in a monastery.
Okay.
Not a monastery, but a temple. And,
Wasn't a good temple?
no, it was good. I used to be a cleric.
Fake cleric.
You're a cleric?
Yeah. I mean, kind of pretended to be one. I was faking it until I made it, and I was pretty good.
A faking it?
Yeah. And then
He was very good.
I was searching for the man that we just killed, actually. Well,
What
no,
man did
you
you
weren't.
just kill?
You weren't in for the vampire. You
No,
came
I
in right
wasn't.
after.
No.
So before you joined us, we took out
Leader Tiltwin.
Tildwin. Thank you. I was trying to remember his.
Fake name?
Yeah.
Lord Tildwin was a vampire, and he was the one that destroyed my temple and killed most people in it. So I left in search for him. Full circle, I found him.
Do you feel accomplished? Do you feel justified?
No,
Do you feel at peace?
no, but I do feel good. Like, I do feel that the world's a better place without him in it, and I feel accomplished. But we've just been fighting for so long at this point, I thought it would feel better.
Good to relax?
Yeah. So,
How was your room?
it was good. Awkward, but it was good. Do you have animals in yours?
I have fish and stuff. Mine's a little bit in a forest, but the water isn't really water. It's sort of the night sky and all the constellations.
Do you have animals in yours?
Not that I saw.
I have a lot of bugs. Do you want some of the bugs from my room?
No, I don't.
They glow in the dark,
I love
some of
animals,
them.
and I'm glad that they're in my home because I really do love animals. I just was surprised. That's all.
What about you?
No animals in mine.
What's in yours?
My monastery.
Not the same monastery?
No, mine was a temple.
Oh, yeah, because you were a pretend cleric.
I just misspoke.
How do you pretend to be a cleric if you... Can you... Oh, I guess you can cast spells, huh?
I could. The thing is I was raised in a temple where they teach clerics. I just was self-taught. I was never official. So.
It's because they bullied him.
So you were like, I'm gonna learn it myself.
Yeah.
And that's why you don't feel like it's home.
Well, I mean, it was home, but it was destroyed. So, at the time I took the job, which was the question you asked, I did not have one.
Okay.
So,
Why were you there?
At the tavern.
Mm-hmm.
Because I was given a vision of finding a long lost ancient dragon.
You thought you'd find him in a temple? Wait, in a tavern,
Tavern.
sorry?
No, that was just my next step. That's like I was told basically to go, not necessarily specifically to that tavern, but to that area, and that would be like the first step in the journey. And a year, 2 years later, something like that.
So you haven't found your dragon yet?
No, but on the right path.
Do you know where he is? Where she is? They are?
He's in the well, the last known location is in the abyss. Yeah. Which I guess you guys don't know that yet. Yeah, Alanya she's the Dragon of Mirrors.
His partner?
Mm-hmm. So that's why she was super powerful.
Alanya was the dragon that we were trying to find. Because we were looking for his partner. My brain hurts. That is... Why did you not tell us immediately?
It was a lot to take in, and I only found out because the whole process of her bringing me back. Yeah, I kind of saw her true form.
Did she look like a little ball of glass?
Just looked like a dragon that was reflecting my image in a mirror.
That is so strange. Speaking of mirrors, it makes a lot more sense why she gave me a mirror now. Alanya gave me a mirror. So that I can see my origins. And it will remove the shadow that my mother cast upon me.
But isn't that what's protecting you?
It's fading. Remember when the witch told me that it was
I remember.
fading?
There's a shadow on you?
I don't know where I came from. And more importantly, there are not many purple tieflings in this world.
Okay.
Very few. And I've never met one. And I've always been curious about where I came from. And this mirror is going to give that to me. But there has been something of fire that has been following me for a very long time. And what I learned was that the fire couldn't find me because my mother had cast a shadow upon me as a form of protection.
Okay.
But the shadow has been fading, and the fire is getting closer. And I fear that I have died now a couple times, and every time I have, I've seen the same person. And I fear that that person is the fire, because he always calls me daughter. And I fear that the fire that is trying to find me is my father. And I fear even more so that he might be a devil. And if I look into the mirror, I'm going to have the answers to all of these questions, potentially. But it will mean the shadow is gone, and he will be able to find me. And I am so very curious, and I am so very scared. And without the shadow, it definitely means there is nothing protecting me, which means there is nothing protecting us.
Us will protect you.
And I haven't looked yet, so... I don't think I should look in here. For some reason, everything in my body says don't look while you're in the pocket dimension. I don't know if I'm safer here if I look, but something about it tells me not to look here. I'm just waiting till I get back on solid ground.
Then we'll all look.
I'm afraid of what I will see. I've been very good at hiding for a very long time.
Yeah, I know.
So we all have a lot of interesting things about ourselves, apparently.
Yeah. Very interesting group.
I feel like I have 30,000 more questions, and now suddenly they've all run dry.
That's fair.
I think one of the big ones is, like, I feel like we're missing the information of, like, when your partner went missing to how you ended up with Hadressa and Eladrin.
Yeah, I made sort of a, I don't want to say name for myself, but I got noticed by them. The Eladrin. Eladrin.
Yep.
Because I would summon, druids tend to summon creatures, and I sort of could summon a lot, and would do that a lot in battle, and sort of got more powerful doing that, and they took notice and saw that I had gifts, and we sort of worked together. I got them some maps of the Worldthorn Forest, just some like normally safer passageways, and helped do a couple of things here and there, and yeah, that's sort of how they found me. And I don't do that anymore. I don't like to summon. If you think about it, how annoying would it be / scary to be, I'm on this plane, summoned by some random person on another plane. They say, oh, hey, fight until you're about to die, and then you can go home. Sucks. And I couldn't rip families apart like that. Even though they're celestial or they're creatures, I don't care. So I don't do that anymore, but that's sort of how I was doing a lot of that, and then it broke my heart when I realized that I was pulling families apart, basically, and sending creatures or people back to their own planes in a very fragile state. Because I would hate it if I had a child and they were ripped away, forced to fight, and then dropped back in front of me seconds later. So, broke my heart. And I looked into the sky and I cried out toward the stars, and then this overwhelming vision came over me about darkfire.
What did you see?
What did I
Do
see?
you want to tell them? So that night, you don't know if you fell asleep or if you went into some sort of trance. It's all blurry. But you know you did find yourself lying in a pasture at night, gazing up at a naked sky as you've done so many times before. Above you is more stars than you've ever seen before, as if a shroud has been removed and you see billions and billions of stars, galaxies, nebulas, comets, creatures. The stars invite you to join them. You reach out your hand and feel yourself pulled up into the night sky. And you turn back to see the whole world before you. The breathtaking marble of blue and green and swirling paint strokes of white clouds. You watch as plants begin to grow, starting small, but slowly growing across land and even the seas. Beautiful flowers, towering trees, creeping vines, growing across everything, choking out all other life. It is beauty and horror wrapped into one. And as the world cries out in this, you then see certain flowers grow amidst the green. Terrible flowers that bloom, and when they do, fire of black and white spreads out from them, consuming everything in its path until the whole world is nothing but a sphere of horrifying flames. And as you look at this, you feel at once 1,000 different feelings clashing inside you. Something you are familiar with, this feeling of freezing and burning, petrifying and disintegrating, drowning and dying of thirst, starving and bursting, your mind cracking before the sight of something beyond understanding, beyond fear, beyond pain, beyond death. Your mind just beginning to fragment, just even thinking about it. And you look with terror around you and see the stars themselves catching fire with this strange flame. And you are overwhelmed as the heavens themselves erupt in unbelievable agony. The stars themselves cry out over and over in voices like supernovas, shaking your soul. It is not of spring. The first betrayal, it should not be. And then blackness. And a voice. Female. More eternal and warm than you can comprehend, says, "This is what is." I think that's where we'll end tonight.
I know.
Yeah, right.
This is why I had to get the girl out. I was like, she's fine. I've had a similar dream.
Damn.
So scary and bad. But she's narrating that to you as she relives basically that moment. Oh, so good.
Okay.
So, good stuff. We will be back next week to continue on as you guys continue your stay at Lorthel and wherever you go from there. So,
Get ready to pocket dimension up.
Yeah.
Let's go.
so
I forget what the name of his actual place is. I just call it the pocket dimension.
right, yeah.
Because it's a little, it's in the dimensional
I
space
know,
of the
what was
universe.
it,
It's a little pocket for
Polly
himself.
Pocket?
Yeah,
Yeah, it's
Polly
pocket.
Pocket.
It's
I was
pocket
trying to
dimension.
remember. I was trying to remember how to like. I thought there was a little catchphrase thing for her, but we had Mad Max. That was the male equivalent.
With Polly Pocket?
They had little tiny things that were Mad Max. Little dude had a cartoon and everything.
Did he want to be witnessed? Mad Max.
Okay, never mind. Sorry. He was a kid with a backwards hat and a big M on his shirt. Like, had a talking owl.
Very,
That's not
very
Mad
dramatic.
Max. It was Max something, but it was not. No. All right. Anyway.
It existed. It existed.
I didn't doubt whether or not it existed. I was just like, my brain doesn't recall this at all.
I'm pretty sure I own one. Like,
Yeah.
It's like I think it was a dinosaur head.
Yeah, I thought it was Mad Max.
So we will be back next week to continue this adventure. So we will see you guys then. Thank you for joining us.
This is what we talk about.